Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to be vaccinated because of COVID. I chose to be vaccinated because I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Folks, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news? You just took that selfie with poison ivy. Good news? Someone gets to use their coverage from Your Health Idaho. Quality coverage for as low as $0 a month.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Welcome to the Ryerson Family Backyard Games. There will be obstacles to face and challenges to overcome. Are you ready?
Idaho High School seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch. Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you.
College costs money.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2023 Idaho High School Football Playoffs, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department and Ideal, Idaho's college saving program. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperatives, Next Steps Idaho, Your Health Idaho, and your local Toyota dealer. Welcome to Council, everybody. Up here in the Crow's Nest, you need a mountain climbing merit badge to get up here, but we are set and ready to go. Dietrich has won the toss, and the Blue Devils deferred to the second half, so the Blue Devils will be kicking off from left to right as you hear it on your computer screen. Thanks for joining me. Logan Green here, live from Council. This is the first kickoff of the 2023 state playoffs anywhere in Idaho, and it is kicked to the 30-yard line, and that's where Council will return it. The return man is Mason Roberts. Roberts scoot forward for about 5 yards. We'll call it 7 yards. Looks like more around the 37. Council will take over 1st and 10 from that spot. The Lumberjacks in the all reds tonight, red helmets, red jerseys, red pants with black numbers as they move from right to left. Dietrich in the white jerseys, black pants, black helmets with the blue trim. So 1st and 10 for Council. They line up under center, waits the snap. They'll hand it off to the right side, and nowhere to run. Tackled immediately on the right side is Bingham. Bingham maybe lost half a yard there on the handoff from Hatfield. Owen Hatfield, a great quarterback here for Council, just a sophomore. The Lumberjacks have been here on Idaho Sports a couple of times this year. I was up in Garden Valley for that game just a couple of weeks ago where they romped all over Garden Valley in a deciding game that ended up clinching the district championship and the spot in this week's game. The winner, it doesn't get any easier from here. The winner of this game has to go up north to play Kendrick, who of course hasn't lost a game in 3 years. 2nd and 10. No one back there right now with Hatfield. Hatfield on a draw up the middle. He's got room. He's got the first down and more, just straight up the gut for Owen Hatfield, and he is right at midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 for Council right at that spot. This Lumberjack team has been on a roll lately. Really, they have 3 losses coming into the game, but those 3 losses to some of the best teams in the state. Obviously, they lost their opener to Kendrick, who, again, we just mentioned it, hasn't lost a game in a couple of years. They also lost to Butte County, who's a top 5 team at the 1A Division I level, as well as Kamei, who's another top 5 team at 1A Division I. So no bad losses on the schedule for Council. Fresh set of downs here for the Lumberjacks. They'll run left side, room to run across the edge. They're across the 40 down to the 30-yard line, and out of bounds is number 15 on the carry, Dalton Bingham, all the way down to the 20, we'll call it the 28-yard line. A huge run for Bingham around the left side. And Council now inside Blue Devil territory. 1st and 10 Lumberjacks. Again, they move from right to left as you hear it. Dietrich played in the state championship game last year. They ended up falling to Kendrick. Had a shot there at the end to actually knock them off. Couldn't quite do it. So both of these teams very successful the last couple years. 1st and 10. Hatfield looking to throw. He goes right side. He's got Bingham wide open. Bingham, he's got one man to beat and can't get around the defender. He's wrapped up on the outside. Inside the 10-yard line. Bingham came out on the right side and the flat was wide open. And I believe Dietrich is going to take a timeout here. So Dietrich takes a timeout, and Coach Estelle having a word with the team saying, come on, guys, you can't let a man get that open. I tell you, Bingham was as open as Denny's over there. No one anywhere near him. And he picks up an easy first down inside the 10-yard line for the Lumberjacks. Hey, Farmer Supply Co-op is proud to support Council Athletics. Farmer Supply sells propane, fish and game licenses, fuel, including ethanol-free premium unleaded, and so much more. Stop in at 2030 US 95 in Council or call them at 253-4266 today. Farmer Supply Co-op wishes the Lumberjacks good luck here in today's game. Also want to thank Dyson Construction. They're a proud supporter of Council Athletics, and they want to wish the Lumberjacks good luck here at State. Thanks to all our local sponsors. We'll get to everybody in tonight's game, but there's a reason you're able to watch this game live and free wherever you are, and that's because of the great local sponsors that come on for the broadcast. So 1st and 10 Council. They'll pitch it left side. They've got blockers in front. Can he get the edge? He goes out at the half-yard line, does Bingham. Looked like he tried to stretch the ball over the pylon as the body definitely went out of bounds, but the question was, did he stick the ball over the goal line? They'll say no. It'll be 2nd and goal. This will be right at about the half-yard line for Council. We'll call it the 1-yard line. This is only Council's second down of the drive. They've been able to punch everything forward for a first down. 9:26 to go here in the first quarter. I formation behind Hatfield this time. Hatfield hands it off left side, and Dietrich stuffs him right at the 1. No gain. Couple of different Blue Devils in there on the tackle. Looked like number 48, Rain Reese, was one of the first guys in there for the Blue Devils. Reese with the stop. And it's going to be 3rd down, 3rd and goal for the Lumberjacks. A little personnel change here. Looks like Zielinski comes on. This time he had a couple of interceptions in that game at Garden Valley, was our player of the game. Would have taken one back to the house if it wasn't for a unnecessary block in the back on the return. So 3rd down in the backfield right now is Zielinski. They'll roll right. Hatfield tries the option, keeps it himself, and just gets across the goal line. Touchdown. He had Bingham to his right on the option, and Bingham probably would have gotten in if he pitched it. But Hatfield cuts inside on that option to the right and just gets across the goal line, and Council is first on the board, 6-0 as we start this one. 8:40 to go here in the first quarter. And talking about something down there. So 8:40 of the quarter. They're going to go for 2 here. Hatfield in the shotgun, and he looks right. He's going to pitch it to Bingham. Bingham's got a lot of room, but he's got to run quickly, and he tripped up at the goal line, but gets it in. Kind of hesitated a little bit as he got the ball. Thought he had more space. It evaporated quickly, but he's able to punch it in, and Council leads it 8-0 after that 1-yard touchdown run by number 17, Owen Hatfield. The 2-point conversion was good. That makes it 8-0. Council leads it early in this one. Hey, Shy Simon's Pizza in Council is the best place in town to get homemade pizzas, salads, and sandwiches made fresh every day. Dine in with us, carry out for a fun night at home, or relax and enjoy our scenic outdoor seating. Walk-ins and large groups are always welcome at Shy Simon's Pizza. Come in and see them at 406 Illinois Avenue in Council, or call first at 253-6233. Be sure to also like them on Facebook for more updates. Shy Simon's Pizza, family-owned and operated, and a proud supporter of the Council Lumberjacks. Thanks for the shout-out there. Appreciate that. As we just got a shout-out over here at the PA system. Thanks for joining us here on IdahoSports.com for the first round of the state tournament. Again, the winner of this game will head north next week to play the daunting Kendrick Tigers. So here's the kickoff. This one's going to land at the 25-yard line, and Dietrich stumbles picking it up. They finally do so. They're across the 25 and wrapped up around the 27-yard line. Not much of a return there for the Blue Devils. Trying to get a number if he can turn. Looks like that was number 5. Connor Perkins on the return. The sophomore for Dietrich, one of the best players on this Blue Devil team. He is the quarterback. Just a sophomore, had to replace. This Dietrich team had a lot of great athletes over the last couple of years. Gone is Power at quarterback. Gone is some of the, well, there is another Shaw. There's always a Shaw, it seems like. But some of the other Shaws that were there for Dietrich for a while back when they won the state championship a couple years ago. So first down, and Perkins goes left side. He's wrapped up. He's going to lose a yard. That's big number 10, Wade Vining, the junior, on the stop. And we're going to call it, we're going to say a loss of 2 on that. It's going to be 2nd down and 12 here with 8:19 to go in the first quarter here from Council. One of 4 games tonight here on IdahoSports.com. We've also got Kimberly facing Gooding in the first round. That one at Kimberly. will also be over in Teton and Driggs for Fruitland making the long drive all the way over. Second down, Dietrich in the shotgun. 2 receivers here to the near side, 1 up top. Here's a pass by Perkins, and it's bobbled and dropped. It was intended for number 33, Emmett Zimmers. Zimmers came from the left side, cutting across the middle, had it in his hands and popped out. And I tell you, Zimmers, the defender was behind him. If Zimmers catches that at the 35, if he can outrun anybody on this Council team, he has gone to the end zone. It falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 12. Dietrich got to come up with an answer here. Dietrich got beat very handily a week ago against Camas County, trying to shake those cobwebs off. And Dietrich takes their second timeout of the half. They take it not even 5 minutes in. They've burned 2 timeouts here on the clock. So it'll be 3rd and 12 after the timeout. Hey, Donnelly Farms is a proud supporter of Dietrich Athletics, and they want to wish the Dietrich boys good luck here at State. Also want to thank Ryan Robertsons and the entire crew at Robertson Farms. They want to wish the Dietrich football team here good luck in tonight's game. Go get them Blue Devils from everybody at Robertson Farms. Shaw Land and Livestock has been family owned and operated since 1971. Owner Hubert Shaw and the rest of the gang at Shaw L&L and Merck proudly support Dietrich High School athletics. They'd like to wish the Dietrich boys good luck here in today's game. Timeout is complete. 7:51 to go. This time in the shotgun is Perkins. Perkins, man in motion. Perkins look left. A screen pass set up. It's incomplete. He was intending to throw it to Zimmers. Zimmers was falling down, and it hit the foot of one of the linebackers coming across for Council. Even if Zimmers caught that, he was going to be wrapped up. Maybe a gain of 4 on that if he's able to bring it in. It's now 4th and long, 4th and 12. The Blue Devils will be forced to punt. A 3 and out to open up the game is not what they needed after Council went right down the field and punched it into the end zone. They'll move across here. Snap is low. It's down and it's kicked. And it hits around the 58 of Council and rolls down to the 40-yard line. It'll stop right there on the left side. It's Perkins who downs it for Dietrich. So it'll be 1st and 10 Council, ball on the 40. As the Lumberjacks only have 60 yards to go to pay dirt. We flip ends of the field here as Council now moves right to left once again. Their second drive of the game, 7:39 to go in the first quarter. Coming out of the huddle, everybody back in their place now. Again, ball spotted right there at the 40. Council shotgun formation this time. 1 back to the left of Hatfield. 2 receivers here to the left side. Now they'll move in on the line. Well, McClin moves into the line, so just 1 receiver out here to the far side. There's the pitch on the outside. The ball is down on the ground. It's fumbled. It's picked up on the pitch. And that one's picked up by number 32, Roberts. Roberts gets around the side, and this is going to be a blindside block. Roberts still on his feet. He might actually take this to the end zone, but it doesn't matter. It's coming back. And he's going to score on this, and he didn't really need the block in the back, and you can see some guys frustrated for Council back here. That flag sits all the way back at the 35-yard line, and it's going to be a blindside block, and you could see it up here. You can't block towards your goal line, and that's what it happens on plays like that where everybody gets all out of sorts and everybody's running back towards a ball carrier in the backfield. And so Roberts picked up the ball in the backfield and was running back towards the line. And when he came up the field on the right side, players were out of place and a Council offensive lineman blocked towards the other goal line back where they were their defending goal line. And can't do that. So a 10-yard penalty, they'll call it. They'll actually call it a block in the back. I thought it was more of the blindside block, but either way, it's a penalty, and it came all the way back, all that running for nothing for Roberts. He takes a seat on the bench after that one. So 1st and 10 now. Hatfield throws left side. He's got Zielinski. Zielinski has got it back to the line of scrimmage, and Morning losses the ball, and Dietrich recovers it. It's picked up by number 6, Wyatt Snedden. Zielinski trying to make something happen. He was wrapped up around the 43-yard line, and the ball pops out, and Snedden recovers it. So now all of a sudden, Dietrich has the ball in great field possession inside Council territory. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. We'll see if they can get something done here after their first possession went 3 and out. 7:07 to go here in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us here for the first round of the state playoffs on IdahoSports.com. Dietrich lines up in the shotgun. One receiver to the far side. One back to the right. They'll hand it off. This one comes left side, room to run. Across the 35, it got a first down. Almost at the 20, we will spot it just shy. We'll say the 21, that's the 26-yard line. So a nice run there by number 6, Snedden. He just recovered the fumble, and the sophomore picks it up. This is a very young Dietrich team, just a couple of seniors. Shaw, Zimmers, and Reese, the only seniors on this team. A lot of the guys you've heard tonight for the Blue Devils, all sophomores in the backfield. Connor Perkins, a sophomore. Wyatt Snedden, a sophomore as well. This time they'll hand it off up the middle and nowhere to run. Maybe picks up 3 on the ground. It'll be 2nd and 7. Ball carrier that time, number 33, Emmett Zimmers. 5'11" senior. Makes it 2nd and 7. And that's already a positive thing for Dietrich. That last drive, they went backwards on the first play and then had 2 incompletions. And went a quick 3 and out, this time picking up a couple yards, moving the stick downfield. 2nd down. They roll right and room to run. A flag comes out, and this one's going to be thrown down around the 15-yard line. It would have been a first down for Perkins, but I believe this is going to come back. Another flag in the backfield in the area of a hold. Waiting to see the call. It's pretty nice here. We've got an official mic'd up here so we could hear the call.
Offense, through 22, 10 yards from previous spot. Replay 2nd down.
You heard that holding against Dietrich, so we'll move it back 10 yards. So it's going to be second and 17 after that 10-yard backup, and Dietrich can't afford to go backwards right now. It'll be 2nd and 17 from the 33-yard line. Blue Devils send 2 receivers here to the near side, spread one out to the left. Perkins in the backfield. He's got Snedden to his right. There's the snap. He rolls right. Perkins looking to throw it downfield. Got a receiver. It's caught by number 3, Chase Norman. Doesn't pick up much. Maybe a pickup of 5. We'll call it 4. It's going to be 3rd and 13 here after that 2nd and 17 picks up 4. Long to go here for Dietrich, but this definitely 4-down territory for the Blue Devils. Imagine that they will go for 2, or not go, that they'll go for it on 4th down here. As personnel change here for Council. Out comes number 44, Drake Miller, and in comes number 17, Owen Hatfield. So the quarterback in there now on defense for this big 3rd down play. Nobody back there right now with Perkins. He has 2 receivers up top and twins here to the near side as well. Perkins looking to throw left side. No, he goes deep. They bit on it. Wide open. It's caught. Touchdown, Dietrich. Everybody came to the line of scrimmage looking for the receiver, and somehow getting wide open was Norman. Nobody in the area. Touchdown, Dietrich.
Norman with the touchdown for Dietrich.
And that's what the Blue Devils needed. They convert on the turnover. A 33-yard touchdown catch at the 4:59 mark. And the conversion, they'll look to throw right, and they're not going to get it. Sacked in the backfield by number 13, Travis McMichael, brings them down. So the score will stay 8-6, but a 33-yard touchdown catch by number 3, Chase Norman, the sophomore. makes it 8-6. And Norman, again, there was 2 receivers over to the far side, and one went out into the flat, and all the Council defenders bit on that. There was a slight little pump fake from Perkins, and everybody went over there, and nobody kept track of Norman, and Norman caught it right at the goal line and stumbled across for a touchdown. And the Blue Devils have cut it to 2. And what started out as a gloom situation for Dietrich, where they went 3 and out and punted it away, they forced a turnover, and all of a sudden it's a 1-possession game. And they were just a 2-point conversion away there from tying it up. But just like that, the Blue Devils have made it 8-6. So Dietrich will kick it off. It'll come off the foot of number 33, Emmett Zimmers. Zimmers has bright pink ankle tape and pink gloves. And this one is kicked. It'll be caught at the 38 by Zielinski. Zielinski gets spun around at the 41. Actually, that's the 46. So down to the 46. Council will take over 1st and 10 at that spot. Zielinski probably looking for a little bit of redemption after fumbling the ball on that one. Would like to prove himself going forward, as it's been the sophomore show here in this game. Owen Hatfield, a sophomore, he scored the touchdown for Council. Connor Perkins, a sophomore, threw a touchdown pass to Chase Norman, a sophomore, for Dietrich. So these 2 teams are built for the future. We should see a lot of Council and a lot of Dietrich in the years to come. 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks. Ball on the 46-yard line. One back to the right of Hatfield. They'll get the handoff up the middle. Room to run across midfield. Down to 45. Makes it. And the ball comes out again, and Dietrich has it. The ball was fumbled by number 32, Mason Roberts, and he is mad. He comes off the field and rips his helmet off. Slams it to the ground, very frustrated. So back-to-back offensive plays end in fumbles for Council, and Dietrich now has the ball at the 40-yard line inside in their own territory, so at the Dietrich 40, and the Blue Devils a chance to maybe take the lead on this. They've stolen a possession away and now have the ball with a chance to take the lead. 4:47 to go here in the first quarter. Here's the handoff left side to Snedden. Snedden loses a yard. So he'll go back to the 39-yard line. We'll call it 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11 here for Dietrich. So the Blue Devils come up with 2 quick fumbles on 2 straight offensive plays. It's been a wild little bit here in this one, because Roberts, remember, he scored a touchdown on a play where that's 3 straight plays with a fumble, because the pitch was fumbled by Roberts. He picked it up, crossed the field to the other side, and then cut back again and scored, but there was a block in the back. 2nd and 11. Shotgun here for Dietrich. They'll throw right side. It's caught on the flat and across the 40, across the 45, close to midfield, down to the 49-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1 here for the Blue Devils. That caught by Ryan Reese.
10 yards, we have 2nd down and 1, or 3rd down and 2.
Reese picks up 10, and the ball about maybe a length away from that 50-yard line. Dietrich doesn't need much here, 3rd down. 8-6, 3:32 to go in the first quarter. I formation for Dietrich. They plow up the middle, and they've got the 1st down. So Perkins keeps it himself, goes up the middle. He picks up about 3 yards down to the 48-yard line of Council, and another 1st down here for Dietrich. So that's actually their first down, as the last drive they scored. They scored on that first set of downs, so the first time the Blue Devils have had a second set of downs on a drive. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter, 8-6 here from Council. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers up top for the Blue Devils, and this time they'll keep it on the ground with the quarterback, Perkins. Perkins, he's got a 1st down and more. Perkins, he's inside the 20. Perkins cuts back in, and he's going to go all the way for a touchdown. He went out to the left side and cut it back in, and that's a 48-yard touchdown run by Connor Perkins. And just like that, Dietrich has taken the lead 12-8 here in Council. That one at the 2:41 mark. A 48-yard run. By Perkins. Big conversion attempt here, as it would put it at a 6-point game. On this conversion, they'll send two receivers all the way up to the left side. Perkins rolls right and pitches it to Snedden, and Snedden trying to get the edge. He's got it. So Dietrich takes the lead 14-8 here in the first quarter. Two huge scoring plays, a 33-yard touchdown catch by number 3, Chase Norman on the first score, and then here just about 2 minutes later, a 48-yard run by number 5, Connor Perkins. And just like that, the Blue Devils have the lead here today. Extreme Excavation in Shoshone offers all kinds of services for public works and private construction needs, from demolition and grading to underground utilities and complex septic systems. Extreme Excavation has a trusted reputation for meeting and completing tough and unique projects. They offer free estimates within a 100-mile radius. Get yours today by calling 544-ROCK or go to extremeexcavationinc.com. So just like that, Dietrich turns 2 fumbles into 2 touchdowns, and the Blue Devils lead it 14-8. Outside of the games that Council played against those losses to Kendrick and Butte County, and Kamei haven't trailed much this season. And this one, a squib kick or a short punch kick and tripped up. Pooch kick, couldn't get the word out. And Roberts is brought down at the 41-yard line. So we'll see if the Lumberjacks can hold on to the ball here. They trail at 14-8, 2:37 to go in the first quarter. Again, 2 straight fumbles leads to 2 straight touchdowns for Dietrich. Here in the opening game of the high school state football playoffs, going on right now over in Driggs. And it was snowing over there earlier today. I don't know if it is right now. Fruitland made the long, gosh, it's got to be a 5-6 hour drive over there for them as they face Teton. 1st and 10 here for the Lumberjacks. They'll run it right side and nowhere to run. Dietrich all over it. And they're going to give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, but he was knocked back about 3 yards. That time on the carry, Bingham, nowhere to run. It's going to be 2nd and 10 here for Council. Again, Lumberjacks in the all-red uniforms, red pants, red jerseys, red helmets with black numbers and trim. Dietrich, white jerseys, black pants, and black helmets with the powder blue trim. So, 2nd down, 2nd and 10. No one back with Hatfield right now. 3 receivers here to the near side. McClellan checks with the ref, makes sure he's there, and it's kept on the ground by Hatfield. He gets about 5 yards down to the 45-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 5 here for Council. 1:35 on the clock here in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us here on IdahoSports.com. Don't forget to visit the Idaho Launch website, where there's up to $8,000 in funding for current Idaho high school seniors. There's links all over our website for that. Just be sure to click one of those and you can find out more information, or go to nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Find out terms and conditions and qualifications for that. But a lot of opportunity there for Idaho seniors. 3rd and 5. Shotgun here for Hatfield. He rolls right, and there's the pitch. The pitch is caught and going to be close to the line, and just picking up the first down is Roberts. He rolled left. He needed midfield. He got to the 48, so he gets the first down, a pickup of 7, and Council's got to feel good after that. After fumbling the ball away a couple of times, And having a third down, they pick up 7 on 3rd and 5 and pick up that first down. So the Lumberjacks now inside Blue Devil territory, 40 seconds to go. This could be the final play of the first quarter. As Hatfield gets the call from the sideline, comes into the huddle, and Council will break it. Lumberjacks come to the line. Hatfield in the shotgun. Everybody up in close. He's got one back to his left. It's Bingham. So Bingham to the left of Hatfield. Waits the snap. There it is. Bingham gets the handoff right side. Good block on the outside, but can't get away. He does get away. Shedded one defender and picks up 8 yards before being smacked out of bounds with 5 seconds to go. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. So after one, Dietrich leads at 14-8. We'll take a quick break and be back with the second quarter here on IdahoSports.com.
Folks, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news? You just took that selfie with Poison Ivy. Great photo, though.
That's Poison Ivy?
Oh, yeah. And that, and that, and that, and that. Good news. Someone gets to use their coverage from Your Health Idaho. I mean, that's a great day for everyone. Quality coverage for as low as $0 a month.
And welcome back. Again, 14-8. Dietrich on top of Council. Thanks to Your Health Idaho. Be sure to check them out as you come up on open enrollment, which is open right now. I actually have myself one of those Your Health Idaho health plans, and it says on the commercial we saw coverage starts at $0. That's exactly what mine is. It's a great plan. Be sure to check that out if you're in the market for health insurance. So we'll flip ends of the field here. Council will now move from left to right as we begin the second quarter. Pretty much all the action has happened right here on the right side. We're right at midfield here in the Crow's Nest. Council in the shotgun. One receiver up top. Roberts to the left of Hatfield. Snap. Hatfield looking to the right, and they set up the screen, and it's over the head of Decker McClin.
Pass falls incomplete. Intended for McClin.
McClin was on the right side. He had blockers. The pass just floated over his head. The back and the receiver with Hatfield rolled to the left, and a lot of the Dietrich players went that way. Blockers were set up here on the right, but the pass was just a little too high. It'll be third and 3. Ball is at the 42. They need the 39. Council comes up in the I formation. Hatfield under center, 2 backs. He's got Roberts as the middle back and Bingham behind Roberts. And was trying for the hard count. They don't get it. They'll call a timeout here as they try to get Dietrich to jump. Dietrich did not, so Council takes the timeout. Farmers Supply Co-op is a proud supporter of Council Athletics. Farmers Supply sells propane, fish and game licenses, fuel, including ethanol-free premium unleaded, and so much more. Stop in at 2030 US 95 in Council or call them at 253-4266 today. Farmers Supply Co-op wishes the Lumberjacks good luck in today's game. Dyson Construction is a proud supporter of Council Athletics, and they want to wish the Lumberjacks the best of luck here at State today. Donnelly Farms is a proud supporter of Dietrich Athletics, and they want to wish the Blue Devils good luck here in today's game. Thanks to Donnelly Farms for that. Shout out. Thanks for all our local sponsors. If you're listening to this game and wondering, hey, how do I do that? You can just email me. It's just Logan@IdahoSports.com if you're interested in joining the broadcast for either. We'll be there next week more than likely, wherever these two teams, they'll go north. And we'll more than likely be there for that one. So if you want to join and your team wins, let us know. And Dietrich almost jumped off sides right there. And Bingham gets the handoff. He's got the first down and more. He's close to the 30, and that's, nope, he'll go down to the 31. But got plenty, needed 3, got 13. It's a first down for Council. And an official timeout here. So the chains across the way are all tangled up. One is on the ground, 2 are on the ground, and 1 is not sure what's going on there. Hopefully they can figure it out. I'm sure they will. They're smart guys over there. Hey, Ryan Robertson and the entire crew at Robertson Farms want to wish the Blue Devils good luck here in today's game. Go get them, Blue Devils, from everyone at Robertson Farms. Shaw Land and Livestock has been family-owned and operated since 1971. Owner Hubert Shaw and the rest of the gang at Shaw L&L and Merck proudly supports Dietrich High School athletics. They want to wish the Dietrich boys good luck here at the state tournament. Shy Simon's Pizza and Council is the best place in town to get homemade pizzas, salads, and sandwiches made fresh every day. Dine in with us, carry out for a fun night at home, or relax and enjoy our scenic outdoor seating. Walk-ins and large groups are always welcome at Shy Simon's Pizza. Come and see them in person at 406 Illinois Street or call them 253-6233. First and 10 Council. Hatfield looking to throw from the shotgun. He's going to go deep to the right side and in and out of the hands of the receiver, number 32, Mason Roberts. He had to stretch out for it here on the right side. He was open, got away from the defender. He would have just ran right out of bounds after catching that. The momentum would have taken him out of bounds around the 15-yard line. So it's going to be second and 10, 11:22 to go here in the second quarter. 22 to 14, or excuse me, 14 to 8. What am I looking at? 14 to 8. Dietrich on top of Council. Lumberjacks get the play, break the huddle here, and Owen Hatfield will stay in the shotgun. He's got Zielinski to his left, and everybody else in tight. Zielinski moves over to the right side. Hatfield waits the snap. He gets it, fakes the pitch, and I think there was a little miscommunication. Zielinski gets it, and he's going to be tripped up in the backfield and slammed to the ground. He's going to lose 3 yards as Hatfield turned to his right, and Hatfield looked to his right. Zielinski was to the left, so he had to turn around. A little miscommunication on that, and a big loss on 2nd and 10. It goes back 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 13 here for the Lumberjacks. 10:50 to go in the second quarter. They'll come out in the shotgun. Again, Zielinski to the right of Hatfield. One receiver here to the near side. Hatfield's going to throw it deep. He's got a man open, just out of the reach of the receiver, streaking across the middle, and man, he was open a couple of times. Just haven't seen Hatfield been able to get it to the receivers right there. I believe that was intended for Tucker Lane, and Lane just could not come down with it. It was about 2 yards in front of him. He dove. I don't think dive's a word. He dove, stretched out, fully extended, and could not get a hand on it. So it's going to be 4th down here for Council. 4th and 13. Ball is at the 34-yard line. They need to get it to the 21. They come out in the shotgun, a back to the left and right of Hatfield. They'll spread Roberts out to the left side. Roberts goes left. Here's the snap. Hatfield looking to throw, sets up the screen, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of the receiver, Decker McClellan, way in the backfield. I don't think he was going to get much on that anyway. And the ball goes to the ground, falls incomplete, and all of a sudden, Dietrich with a chance to go up 2 scores if they can punch it in here. The Blue Devils will take over at the 34-yard line. And Council went on a almost perfect drive to open the game. Again, they only had 2. They picked up a first down on all plays except for 2 or 3 before punching it in, and now have turned the ball over on the ground twice and now turned it over on downs. The Blue Devils looking to answer. They'll keep it up the middle this time on the ground, spun around and thrown. That time is the quarterback, Connor Perkins. Perkins picks up 2 yards. They're going to spot him. No, they're going to spot him at the 35. Pickup of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 here for the Blue Devils as they move from right to left. 14-8, 9:50 to go here in the second quarter. Dietrich taking their time coming up to the line here. It is a 4-receiver set here. Twins to either side. No one back there with Perkins. Perkins waits the snap. He looks right. It's completed behind the line of scrimmage and now across the 40 and thrown out of bounds. They're going to call it right there at the 40-yard line, actually. They'll say he stepped out. So a pickup of about 4. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. Here, ball at the 35-yard line. Ball at the 40-yard line. They need the 44 for a first down. It's the first time I really had to, been cold at a game this season. It's been warm. But a chilly night here in Council. 3rd down, Twins here to the near side, one up top for Perkins. Perkins going to roll to his left, cuts back inside, cuts back outside, looking to throw it, nowhere to go. Council's all over him, and he sneaks away, and he's got the first down across midfield. I think he stepped out at the 48-yard line. That's where they'll call him out. Perkins was under pressure. 3 different Lumberjacks back there chasing him. He came to the outside, cut back in, cut back out, and eluded one tackler grabbing at the ankles and scoots forward for a big gain, a pickup of about 12 yards there on 3rd and 4, and it's a first down inside Council territory now for the Blue Devils. 9:20 to go in the second quarter, 14-8, Dietrich on top. Handoff goes right side this time. They've got it across the 45, down close to the 40. Emmett Zimmer's the ball carrier this time. Picks up, wow, they're going to spot him. I thought he got further downfield. They're only going to give him about 5 yards on this. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. Ball's around the 44-yard line. I thought he was down around the 40, but got to be happy if you're Council fans on that spot. 2nd down, 2nd and 5 for Dietrich. They come back in this formation. 2 receivers, 2 backs behind Perkins, just to the left and wrapped up in the backfield. Big stop by Wade Vining. Nowhere to run by number 6, Wyatt Snedden. Snedden is wrapped up in the backfield. He'll lose about 3, we'll call it 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 9. 3rd and 8. So he loses 3 to Snedden. Good stop in the backfield by Vining. So a big stop there, and Council a chance to have another stop. They need to have one right here. 8:12 to go. Clock running here in the second quarter. Shotgun for Perkins. Looking to throw. He's under pressure, and he's going to be sacked way back inside Dietrich territory. Back near the 40-yard line. This is a loss of 10 yards. And surely this now a punting situation for the Blue Devils, as they were inside Council territory around the 47-yard line. And now this one all the way back around the 44 of Dietrich. 4th down, 4th and about 13.
Roberts on the sack for Council.
Roberts on the sack for Council, and Dietrich will be forced to punt. Zielinski way back about the 20-yard line. The punter for Dietrich stands at about the 33. They'll move a man in motion. The snap is low, and they're going to have to run with it, and nowhere to go, wrapped up, and the ball actually comes out. It doesn't matter, and Council, they get their first takeaway here, as I'm not sure if that was an intended fake or not, but Reese, the punter for Dietrich, Rain Reese, the ball was low, and Council was coming in, and he just had to pick it up and run to the right side. There was nowhere to go, and now Council is in business. Ball at the 35-yard line of Dietrich. So Dietrich came away with a couple of turnovers, and now Council gets one on downs on the de facto fake punt, as now it's first down for the Lumberjacks. Hatfield under center, and he hands it off up the middle. Mason Roberts dancing around. Roberts is close to the first down marker. They'll say he's short, 9-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Ball is at the 26-yard line. Just need 1 yard, 2nd and 1, so maybe a down to play with here if you're Council. Lumberjacks huddle, and they break it. 2nd and 1. Hatfield he's under center. He's got 2 backs right beside each other behind him. And this one is kept by Hatfield left side. Hatfield, room to run. 1 man to beat. The ball comes out. Dietrich picks it up. He's got room to run down the sideline. 1 man to beat for the Blue Devils. And he does it. This one's going to go back to the house for the Blue Devils. Down to the 10, down to the 5, and is actually caught from behind at the 2-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Perkins picked up the fumble as Hatfield had 1 man to beat on defense to score. The ball comes out as he goes down. Perkins scoops it up on the far sideline and goes all the way down to the 3-yard line. What a turn of events on that drive. Council with a little bit of momentum, getting the big stop on 4th down, and now all of a sudden Dietrich at the 3-yard line. 1st and 10, 1st and goal, Blue Devils, 6:15 to go. Under center is Perkins, and a little bit of movement on the line here. This should be a... So a 5-yard penalty moves the ball back from... Looks like they spotted it at the 4-yard line on the tack. No, it was at the 3. So this ball at the 8-yard line. So what would have been, it looked like Dietrich just wanted to plow it behind the center with Perkins and see if he could just get in. And now they're going to have to run a little bit of offense here with 8 yards separating them and the end zone. Brody Estelle gives the call to Perkins. Perkins comes in. Dietrich has forced 3 fumbles in the first half. 2 in the first quarter, now 1 here in the second. Shotgun, stacked receivers far side, and now a delay of game after the penalty. So the Blue Devils keep moving backwards. So they've moved back 5 more yards, and now the ball will be at the 13-yard line. So here we go. Dietrich now 1st and goal from the 13. 14-8. Blue Devils on top. Same formation, stacked receiver to the far side. Snedden to the left of Perkins. Perkins runs to the left side in an option and pitches it right on the money, and he's going to punch it in for a touchdown. Oh, my goodness, what a pitch from Perkins to Snedden. You couldn't have timed it any perfectly. Pitched it at the final moment around some defenders, and diving inside the pylon is Perkins. Touchdown, Dietrich. 20-8 Blue Devils with 6:06 to go in the second. A 13-yard run by number 6, Wyatt Snedden. 2-point conversion pending here. Wow. What a play there by Dietrich. 2-point conversion coming here. Perkins in the shotgun. 2 receivers up top, 1 here to the left side. He looks left. He's got a man in the corner of the end zone. Out of reach. It's incomplete. The pass drops to the ground. Dietrich does not convert. It stays 20-8. Blue Devils, though, coming on the road on a Thursday night and getting it done. They have turned 3 Council fumbles into 3 touchdowns. That is taking advantage of opportunities. I was talking to somebody about a game at the 5A level between Middleton and Rigby, and I said, I think Middleton has a shot in that game if they don't make mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you can win a lot of games, and in this situation, when you do make mistakes, all of a sudden it turns a game into a situation that I don't think a lot of people had on their radar. I sure didn't. 20-8, though, right now. Dietrich on top of Council. Council just having trouble holding on to the ball. Again, that last drive, Owen Hatfield rolled out to the left on a run, and he had room. Had one defender to beat, and I thought he might take it in for a score. Ends up getting the ball knocked away And the quarterback for Dietrich, Connor Perkins, scooped it up and ran it about 78 yards down the field to the 2-yard line. And Dietrich now leads it 20-8, 6:06 to go, as the Blue Devils will kick it off for the first time here in the second quarter. This one, dribbler on the ground, picked up by Zielinski at the 40. Zielinski making moves, and he goes down at the 45. So the Lumberjacks got to find an answer right now. Lumberjacks need to put a drive together and put some points on the board. Of course, Dietrich made it to the state championship last year, had a shot there at the end against Kendrick, just could not get it done. And whoever wins this game will get another shot at Kendrick, as Council played them earlier in the year. And then, of course, we just said Dietrich played him in the state championship a year ago. Sometimes you see games like that for Kendrick played at Lewiston or the Kibbe Dome, so we'll have to see what happens next week. Here's the handoff up the middle. No, keeps it by Hatfield. Hatfield on the option pitch and going out of bounds. Pickup of about 1 yard here on the right side is number 15, Dalton Bingham.
Second and 7.
So he picked up more than I thought. We'll give him 3 yards. 2nd and 7 here for Council. I thought he stepped out around the 46, but I was wrong. So 2nd down here for Council, 5:30 on the clock. Clock is rolling just barely. We haven't even played 45 minutes of gameplay, and we're ready to roll here. 2nd down. Hatfield looking left side. He's got a receiver. It's caught by Bingham. Bingham's got the 1st down and more. Bingham brought down out of bounds, just shy of the 40-yard line to the 42. So a pickup of 11 yards and a 1st down for Council. Finally able to get one on the money, and a timeout is. Dietrich calls a timeout, and Coach Estelle very animated over there. He's called a couple of timeouts here just in the middle of drives when he's not happy with his defense, and he does so right there. Gets the Dietrich defense over there to talk about it, as they have forced a couple of fumbles but have given up some yards in the process as well. Extreme Excavation in Shoshone offers all kinds of services for public works and private construction needs. From demolition and grading to underground utilities and complex septic systems, Extreme Excavation has a trusted reputation for meeting and completing tough and unique projects. They offer free estimates within a 100-mile radius. You can get yours by calling 544-ROCK or go to extremeexcavationinc.com. Teams come out of the timeout as we are almost out of daylight here in Council. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks. Owen Hatfield lines up under center. He's got one back offset, one straight behind. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Comes right side's got a man. It's caught. 1st down and more. Down the sideline and still on his feet. Cuts back inside and down to the 5 and stopped there. Tucker Lane on a short little swing pass takes it all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Thought he might score down there, but gets brought down at the 5-yard line. Had one man to beat, and here's the response Council's been waiting for ever since that opening drive. Lumberjacks looking to punch it in. 4:58 to go here in the second quarter. They'll slow it down. Clock begins to run once again. Hatfield comes out into the huddle. Lumberjacks under center. I formation for Hatfield this time. Roberts doesn't get it, but it goes to Bingham. Bingham goes right side. Bingham fighting. Bingham diving. Bingham scoring. Touchdown Council. Bingham was wrapped around the waist by a couple of different defenders and just leaped forward and gets the ball just across the goal line, and Council has cut the lead in half here. It was 12, it's now 6. That one coming at the 4:31 mark. A 5-yard run by number 15, Dalton Bingham. 2-point conversion pending here for Council. Hatfield's in the shotgun, one receiver up top. Hatfields will hand it off to Roberts. Roberts dancing around. Roberts cuts it, and the ball comes out, and he recovers it in the end zone. Still no signal. There we go. The arms come up. He fumbled it forward and dove on it in the end zone. I don't think there's any other thing you can call on that. And it's good. So Council has converted on both of their conversions. So the lead is just 4 right now, 20-16. So we've got 5 touchdowns in this game coming off from 5 different players. The first one was scored by number 17, Owen Hatfield, on a 1-yard run, a 33-yard catch by number 3, Chase Norman for Dietrich, followed up by a 48-yard run by number 5, Connor Perkins, and then a 13-yard run by number 6, Wyatt Snedden, and then finally a 5-yard run that time by number 15, Dalton Bingham. So we've got 5 touchdowns by 5 different players across both of these teams. So Council set to kick this one away as they have cut this lead down to 4. Punch it in on a 5-yard touchdown run by Dalton Bingham. Council will line drive this kick. It's rolling, and this one is not going to make it to the end zone. Dietrich picks it up at the 2-yard line, and this is going to be terrible field position for the Blue Devils. They're going to be inside their 5. Where will they get forward progress? To the 4. So a great kickoff there by Council. This was a line drive that started rolling on the ground around the 25 and died right at the 2-yard line. Dietrich had to pick it up there, and they get 2 yards. So here comes an opportunity for the Council defense with 4:21 to go in the second quarter. A little bit of pressure from them, and maybe they can come up with 2 points. So 1st and 10, ball is at the 4-yard line. They actually moved it up to the 5, so it'll be right at the 5-yard line. Dietrich got to be very careful here. Under center with it is Perkins. Perkins gets the snap. They hand off left side, room to run, across to the 9-yard line. Good pickup there by the Blue Devils. Handoff again to number 6, Wyatt Snedden. And we'll give them a gain of 4 down to the 9-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 6. And that gets them out of the shadow of their goalpost there. A little more breathing room. But still, really no room for error back there for this Dietrich offense. Need to move the ball forward. 3:48 to go in the second quarter. Dietrich will receive the opening kickoff. They deferred. They won the toss and deferred to the second half, a choice that has proved to turn out well. And a hard count here from Dietrich, and Council almost jumps. They finally snap it here, going left side, and nowhere to run. Wrapped up after a loss. A loss of about 1. It's going to be 3rd and 7. And I believe Council is going to use their timeout. The second timeout used by Council here with 3:20 to go in the first half. Council wants the ball back. If they were to make a stop here, Dietrich would be punting with their feet in their end zones and a chance for great field position on what would probably be the final drive of the first half. So they'll talk about it, what they want to do here. Council, whether they want to bring pressure. I would expect to see a little bit of pressure here because both teams have been putting the ball on the ground to some extent. I want to thank again all of our local sponsors here tonight: Shaw, L&L Merck, Extreme Excavation, Donley Farms, Ryan Robertson Farms, as well as Farmer Supply Co-op, Shy Simon's Pizza, and Dyson Construction. So here we go after the timeout. Dietrich comes out. They'll be lined up. Let's see. to like lean out the window to see this. They're going to be in the shotgun, 2 receivers up top. They're going to look across the middle. It's caught and breaking free across the 20 down to the 25-yard line and more for Dietrich.
First down reception for Dietrich.
His number 33, Emmett Zimmers. Huge reception. Looked like he bobbled it right as it got into his gut and was able to hold on to it and down to the 26-yard line. So it'll be first down Dietrich, 2:50 and counting. I think Dietrich, obviously they want to score here, but they would love to just eat up the clock and not give the ball back to Council at worst. And then they get possession to start the half. Perkins keeps it up the middle this time. He's got room to run here on the near side. He's going to get to midfield at least and more. He's across the 50 to the 45, still on his feet into the 35-yard line and down there. A strange-looking formation for Dietrich there. They spread everybody out. They had 3 guys on the line, but they were spread out. Everybody not close together, and Perkins kept it himself right up the middle. And Perkins rumbles down to the 35-yard line of Council, and 2:31 to go here in the quarter, and they are in business right now. The Blue Devils looked a little rough on the first drive of the game. They gave up an easy touchdown to Council and then went 3 and out. But then since then, they've been able to put up some yards on offense. Here's the first down run. Snedden goes right side. Snedden gets around 1 man, gets around 2, and he's got a first down. Snedden takes it inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. It's a first down. Dietrich, 2:23 on the clock. We'll start it once they spot the ball here. And there we go. 2:20 and counting here. And again, Dietrich going to take this as far down as they can. As the Blue Devils have come into Council tonight and played extremely well. 2:05, clock still rolling. Perkins in the shotgun. To his right is Snedden. Snedden will get the handoff. Snedden goes left side and nowhere to run. Might have even lost a yard. He did, back to the 25-yard line. Second and 11 here. Nice job on defense there. I think the first man in there was number 32, Mason Roberts, for Council. Dietrich again just taking their time. 1:33 on the clock as they slowly come up to the line of scrimmage. Again, the same formation, 3 men on the line of scrimmage, 2 out to either side, and very spread out. Perkins throws left on the screen. It's caught, and the ball comes out, and it's caught. It popped out of his hands and was caught by a lineman, and a flag comes out. Are they going to say this was a forward pass? I'm like, that's the only thing I can think of, because it looked like he caught it and then bobbled the ball. And I think they're going to say maybe they're going to consider that a pass, but Dietrich seems to be motioning that no. So maybe this was on Council, actually. I'm not sure, because now it's third down. Maybe they said he was down right. The clock is rolling, so it wasn't incomplete, and the chains don't move. So it's third and long here for Dietrich with 1 minute on the clock. Perkins in the shotgun, gets the snap. He keeps it, rolls up the middle, got some blockers, and he's got the first down. And the ball came out. The ball, was he down on the ground? No, the officials say he was down. The officials say he was down, and the clock stops as they discuss. And it did look like Perkins had the ball in his hands when he fell to the ground. The ground can't cause that fumble, and it is. So the clock will roll now, 45 seconds to go. Ball at the 14-yard line. Dietrich's got to hurry up. Twins to either side for Perkins. Perkins take the snap. He's under pressure. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. And Dietrich has no timeouts. They have to hurry up. They used all 3 earlier. 30 seconds on the clock. Still taking their time. Clock rolling down to 25 seconds. This one came all the way back to the 20-yard line. It's second down. Blue Devils have to hurry. Down to 18 seconds. They ate up about 13 seconds there, and this pass is knocked in the air at the line of scrimmage and falls incomplete. And a hectic 30 seconds of play there. So it's going to be third down and 13. Ball's at the 20-yard line. Dietrich got sacked. Perkins was under pressure. 3 different Lumberjacks were in there to bring down Perkins. And way back there, ball is at the 20-yard line. It looks like they need the 3 for a first down, the 3 or 4. So again, twin receivers to either side. Perkins takes the snap, throws it across the middle. It's caught. He sheds one defender and gets around, and he's going to punch it in for a touchdown. If he went down in the field of play, he was not going to be able to snap the ball again, and the Blue Devils score.
Touchdown, Dietrich.
With 4 seconds to go, that's number 2, Brody Torgerson, who takes it in from 20 yards, and Dietrich adds to their lead here. A 20-yard catch by number 2, Brody Torgerson. He caught it in the middle of the field and had pressure on him, and they're going to keep it up the middle on the conversion, and Perkins punches it in. The 2-point conversion is good, and Dietrich leads it 28-16. Here on the road against Council. This was not on my bingo card that I put together, Dietrich leading by double digits heading into halftime. But the Blue Devils have done it so far. And again, that was a play. Torgerson caught it around the 5-yard line. That's probably more around the 7 or 8. And he was cutting from the right to the left. And he catches it, and he had a defender around his waist. If he's brought down, there's only 7 seconds. Dietrich's not going to be able to get to the line fast enough to snap that ball, I don't believe. And the clock's going to run out, and they're going to be left thinking, man, what if? And then another defender had him around the 3, and he was able to shed that and punch it in for 6. And 28-14, 4 seconds to go here. Dietrich on top of Council. The Blue Devils have played a great first half. Council, just a few too many mistakes. And they're playing catch-up right now. This one will be dribbled straight to Zielinski. Zielinski picks it up at the 40, and he sheds one tackler, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds, and clock's hit 0, and that's going to do it for the first half. Dietrich leads this game 28-16 at halftime. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the Idaho Launch halftime report on IdahoSports.com right after this.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you.
College costs money.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. Thanks for being there when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to be vaccinated because of COVID. I chose to be vaccinated because I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Former regional champ and back in training.
That's commitment.
Ow!
Oh, tough start. This is not as easy as it used to be, folks.
And she's off, obviously pushing through some pain.
Every muscle is begging her to stop. How's she doing this?
I'm not even sure she knows.
Look at her go. And stop.
Come on.
And go again.
It's literally the home stretch. Whoa!
She made it. Feel the elation.
What fuels that kind of fire?
Idaho Sports Nation, Ideal, Idaho's education savings program, is a proud partner of IdahoSports.com and an ideal way to save for college. Did you know it only takes $25 to start an Ideal 529 savings account and you get tax benefits? There is no better time than today to start saving for college expenses for you or for a loved one. Information and a full disclosure statement, including risks, terms, and conditions, can be found online. Please read carefully before investing. idsaves.org. Go save for college and go Idaho student athletes.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text StartMyQuit to 36072.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Folks, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news? You just took that selfie with poison ivy. Good news? Someone gets to use their coverage from Your Health Idaho. Quality coverage for as low as $0 a month.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
And welcome back, everybody. Welcome in here to the Idaho Launch Halftime Show. Did you know current Idaho high school seniors are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money? Apply today. Idaho Launch, support in every direction. Let's tell you a little bit about Idaho Launch before we launch into the halftime report. Idaho graduating seniors this spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch. Funds can be used to cover the costs of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Idaho Launch is a new grant program that provides students with this one-time opportunity to have 80% of the tuition and fees at an eligible institution covered, up to a maximum amount of $8,000. With approximately $70 million available in the funding, it's possible that this program could be able to offer between 9 and 10,000 awards this year. Applications have been open since October 3rd, but the priority enrollment is coming up soon, so be sure to enroll by November 30th for that priority deadline. You can do so with any of the links on our website. If you go up to our website, you're bound to see one at some point, a link to Launch Idaho. You'll see it right there on the homepage or any other screen you might be on. You can just click on that and it goes right there, or you can visit nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch to find out all of the terms and conditions. Quickly, some of the qualifications that you need to have to be eligible. Be a graduate of the class of 2024 from an Idaho high school, homeschool, or GED. Be an Idaho resident. Be enrolled in or have applied to an eligible Idaho institution. Begin enrollment by fall semester after graduation and complete your career pathway plan at nextsteps.idaho.gov. So be sure to check that out, the new Idaho Launch program, a great opportunity for some, high school seniors and to get some tuition covered. And, some schools, obviously, college is rising in price, so you can start saving today as well with the Ideal Idaho College Saving Program. If you don't think that $8,000 will cover it, which a lot of places it won't for that first year. Maybe if you go to a community college or something like that, but definitely going to have a lot of education expenses coming up. So be sure to check out this Ideal Idaho College Saving Program as well. There's tax benefits associated with it. Of course, always talk to a tax advisor for things on that. But a great opportunity to save for college as well, and this grant. So directed right towards our high school students, some great opportunities there. So let's get into it, the Idaho Launch halftime report. A lot of scoring in this one. Council started off the scoring with a touchdown, a 1-yard run by number 17, Owen Hatfield, at the 8:40 mark of the first quarter. 8-0, Council on top after that. That was the opening drive of the game. They kicked it off. Dietrich went 3 and out on the next drive, lost some yards, had to punt, and then on second play from scrimmage on the drive, the Lumberjacks fumbled it away. It was fumbled, and Dietrich recovered their first of 3 recovered fumbles in the half, all 3 of them leading directly to points for the Blue Devils. The first one coming at the 4:59 mark of the first quarter, a 33-yard touchdown reception by number 3, Chase Norman. The extra point, 2-point conversion was no good, stood at 8-6. Then at the 2:41 mark, after another fumble, a 48-yard touchdown run by number 6, Wyatt Snedden, made it 14-8 after the 2-point conversion was converted. Then finally, at the 6:06 mark of the second quarter, a 13-yard run by number 6, Wyatt Snedden, the 48-yard run was by number 5, Connor Perkins. The 13-yard run was by number 6. Number 6, Wyatt Snedden, and that was after a fumble recovery around the 20-yard line for Dietrich. Owen Hatfield was rolling left for Council, lost the ball. Dietrich picked it up. It was Perkins who picked it up on the sideline and sprinted down, got all the way to the 2-yard line. A couple of penalties knocked the ball backwards, but then they were able to punch it in from 13 yards out. Council then answered on the next drive, scoring just a minute and a half later at the 4:31 mark, a 5-yard touchdown run by number 15, Dalton Bingham, brought the score to 20-16. So a little bit of momentum brewing there for Council after that. Then Dietrich ate up almost the entire rest of the clock. They go on, and this kickoff Council had went and died inside the 5-yard line. Dietrich had to go on a 97-yard drive that took up 4 minutes and 27 seconds off the clock. A 20-yard touchdown reception was caught by number 2, Brody Torgerson, with 4 seconds to go in the half. Again, if he is brought down, it was a 3rd and 13, third and about 17-yard play on that 20-yard reception. And if he is brought down in the field of play, which he almost was, the clock surely runs out, and they are not able to get that in. Dietrich is going to receive the kickoff to begin the second half. So the Blue Devils, a chance to add to their lead here. Council is going to have to come up with some stops. Now, Dietrich has not out. They had the long 97-yard drive there at the end of the half, but outside of that, they've been able to take advantage of short fields. They've been given one drive it started at the 3-yard line, went back 10 yards on a 13-yard run, but that's all the drive needed to take. The 48-yard touchdown run came after a couple of yards. It was only about a 60-yard drive. The 33-yard touchdown catch was on the first set of downs for Dietrich. So 3 of their touchdowns have been bang, bang, bang for Dietrich, and then the one very long 97-yard drive. So Dietrich has done it in both fashions, right? They've scored quickly on short fields. They've also taken it all the way down the field and eating up a lot of clock. So that's where we sit right now. Again, no double touchdowns for anybody. 6 touchdowns scored, 5 or all 6 of them by a different player. Of course, we name the IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department when we're all done. And there's a lot of candidates for that right now in this one, as there's still a lot of time, a lot of opportunity for somebody to step up, as both teams are out here on the field, 3 minutes on the clock. It's nice to see the teams come out before the clock hits 0. So many times you do a game and the clock hits 0 and nobody's out here, but these two teams are ready to go. Council out here getting their steps in right in front of us, and Dietrich across the way. Again, this one of 4 broadcasts on IdahoSports.com tonight. We're over in Driggs for the game between Teton and Fruitland. So Fruitland had one of the longest drives of the weekend. I think American Falls might have the longest drive. American Falls had to drive all the way up to Spirit Lake to play Timberlake. And I don't think there's an easy way from American Falls to get there. It's 3 hours to Boise from there, and then 7 to Spirit Lake. 10 hours. If you go the other way through Montana, I think it's roughly the same to get up there. It's probably 9 hours from Coeur d'Alene there, and then another hour up. So American Falls might have the longest trip. Dietrich had a long drive, about 3 hours to get over here. Dietrich in the Magic Valley, almost straight north from Twin Falls. If you take Highway 93, you'll eventually run into Shoshone, just about 7 or 8 miles east of Shoshone. So just a little, most of you probably know the geography, but if you don't, there you go. There's your Rand McNally moment. I should get them to sponsor that. The Rand McNally, or they used to make those atlas books that no one uses anymore. I still like to look at the map. I'm talking way too much about maps here. 1 minute to go here until halftime. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the opening of the second half right here on IdahoSports.com.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
And welcome back here. Third quarter about to get underway as Council will have to kick it away. Dietrich won the toss and deferred to the second half, a choice that proved very smart by Coach Estelle. I guess probably the captain's out there for Dietrich, I should say. Coached by Coach Estelle. He probably told him to do that. And Dietrich declines the opportunity to get the ball first. And now they're going to get the ball here to start the half, up 12 on the road at Council on a chilly night here, as there's snow on the ridges as we drove up here today. Really the first snow, that is the first snow I've seen this year. This season, I should say. So here we go. Dietrich will kick it off, moving from left to right. This one is booted end over end kick, drops at the 20, and is picked up at the 20, or drops at the 25. And quick tackle on the outside, nowhere to run for the returner for Dietrich. They go right side, and I believe that was Perkins. And Perkins picked up maybe 3 or 4 yards down to the 24-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Blue Devils, ball at the 24-yard line. The Blue Devils will move from right to left as you hear it. Again, Dietrich in the white jerseys, black pants, and black helmets with blue trim. Dietrich in the all reds, red helmets, red jerseys, and red pants, defending to the left. 1st and 10. Perkins under center, 2 backs behind him. Perkins rolls right under pressure. It gets away, and a flag comes out in the backfield. A pickup of about 5, but I got to think this one might be coming back from where that flag was thrown. Snedden got the handoff in a lot of traffic. Sneaks forward for 5 yards.
Offense, number 22. 10 yards the previous spot. They play first down.
So a hold. That's the first hold we've seen tonight. We've seen a couple of block in the backs. We've seen some false starts, delay a game, but I believe the first hold, pretty clean played game. And you go back to the beginning of the second half, the beginning of the game. We'll talk about it here after this play. Twins spread for Perkins, and Perkins nowhere to go. He's going to be sacked. Trying to get the number out there. That is number 79. Jackson Thomas, 6'4", 305 pounds. That is not an easy man to get away from down there for Council. And Dietrich is going to lose some more yards here. A loss of about 5. It's 2nd and 25 here for the Blue Devils. But if you look back on the second possession of the game for Council, they ended up fumbling. But on the first play of the drive, Mason Roberts, actually, he scored a touchdown. It got called back because of a block in the back. He fumbled the ball initially, picked it up on the near side, ran all the way back to the far side, cuts back across the middle of the field all the way back here to the near side, and went up the sideline and scored. And there was a block in the back that I don't think was even necessary. And what a different game this would be if that had stood. And this one is caught across the middle of the field. I thought Zielinski was going to pick that one off, and if he does, he has gone to the end zone. But somehow coming out of nowhere was Emmett Zimmers. And Zimmers, I think Zielinski wasn't expecting Zimmers to do that, to jump in front of him. He thought he had a short interception and just stood there waiting for the pass. If he had taken a step forward, step or two, he probably picks that one off. And the Blue Devils pick up about half the yards they need. It's going to be 3rd and 11 here for the Blue Devils. Perkins in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers here to the near side. Snedden to his right and 1 receiver up top. Looking to throw here to the near side. He'll scramble. He's going to try to elude the defenders and nowhere to run. He's brought down by number 10. In the backfield, Wade Vining with the sack. They're going to lose 2 yards. So Dietrich goes 3 and out here to start the second half. That's exactly what the Lumberjacks needed. And the Blue Devils will have to punt here on the opening drive of the second half. 9:48 to go here in the third quarter. Dietrich squanders an opportunity to further separate themselves here. Well, last time they came out to punt, they actually faked it because the snap was low and a lot of movement by Dietrich. This is going to come back 5 more yards. Couple of different players on Dietrich's offensive line started moving before the ball started moving. So that's a false start. It'll come back 5 more yards. 9:28 to go here. So they'll be backed up again, and Perkins is going to punt this one away. Perkins gets it. He rolls right and boots this one sky high. Pretty good kick. This hits at the 45, takes a Dietrich bounce, and it's going to die right at midfield. And a decent punt considering the situation. So Council will start right at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10 on their first possession of the second half. Council scored on their first possession of the first half and their last possession of the first half. Everything in between was a punt or a fumble, or they went for it on downs and were stopped. So they'll come out here on 1st and 10 right at midfield and try to get something done here. 9:04 to go in the third quarter. Hatfield comes out in the shotgun. He's got Roberts to his right, Bingham up top. Everybody else bunched in tight. Fakes the handoff, looks to throw, still looking, goes deep across the middle, and it's caught. One man to beat. Going down the field is McClin. McClin at the 10, McClin at the 5, touchdown, Council. One play, 50 yards for Decker McClin. All the time in the world in the pocket for Hatfield, and he found McClin for 50 yards and a score. So just like that, Council with an answer. 28-22. That one comes at the 8:52 mark. A 50-yard catch by number 11, and another touchdown scored by another player once again. Council comes out for the 2-point conversion, a critical 2-point conversion. If they punch this in, they're down by less than a score, and a touchdown will give them the lead no matter what. Here's the snap. Hatfield goes up the middle, and I don't think he got in. The second lunge, maybe he did. No, they're going to call him short. So the conversion is no good. It stays 28-22. So they trail by 6. A touchdown and a score will give them the lead. As we reach, again, 8:52 to go here in the third quarter. Farmer Supply Co-op is proud to support Council Athletics. Farmer Supply sells propane, fish and game licenses, fuel including ethanol-free premium unleaded, and so much more. Stop in at 2030 US 95 in Council or call 253-4266 today. Farmer Supply Co-op wishes the Lumberjacks good luck here in today's game. Donnelly Farms is a proud supporter of Dietrich Athletics. They want to wish the Blue Devils good luck here today, as well as Ryan Robertson and the entire crew at Robertson Farms. They want to wish the Dietrich boys good luck here. Go get them, Blue Devils, from everybody at Robertson Farms. (28-22). So Council will kick it off once again. This one a good line drive kick, and it's dropped at the 24, finally picked up. Perkins has some room. Perkins over to the right side. Perkins got blockers. Perkins across the 35, he's down to the 41-yard line. A good return by Connor Perkins. And Perkins down there. It'll be 1st and 10 Blue Devils, who went 3 and out last time. They kept moving backwards and were not able to pick up a first down. Council goes one play, 50 yards to Pater. 50-yard connection between Owen Hatfield and Decker McClin. So 1st and 10 here for Dietrich. Ball at the 41-yard line. Dietrich moving right to left. Under center, here's a pitch to the left side. Some room to run over here for Zimmers. Zimmers, and he sneaks his way forward, picks up about 3 yards. And Norman, for Dietrich, kind of looked back at the officials with open hands saying, hey, what was that? So he got shoved to the ground. But can't really get blocking the back on defense. So it'll be 2nd down. We'll call it 2nd and 7, a pickup of 3 here by Zimmers. Ball is at the 44-yard line. Ball at the 44, 8 minutes exactly here to go in the third quarter. Dietrich changing up the formation here. They'll send 2 receivers out to the right side. Snedden beside Perkins. Snedden fakes their handoff, and Perkins keeps it. Perkins got the first down left side. Perkins picks up about 9 yards on 2nd and 7. Picks up the first down and more, and now the Blue Devils are inside Lumberjack territory, 1st and 10. Very similar opening to the game. to the first half as Dietrich went 3 and out and on their first drive, and Council scored on their first drive. Dietrich now looking to answer with the score of their own here. 1st and 10, bunch formation, everybody in tight, 2 backs behind Perkins. Perkins pitches it right side to Snedden. Snedden is wrapped up in the backfield. Number 13, Travis McMichael, got his hands around the shoulders of Snedden and threw him to the ground. Snedden tried to stay on his feet but couldn't quite do it, and he is slow to get up, favoring his right leg and still having trouble hobbling here. And if you're Dietrich, that's not what you want to see, as he's not putting much pressure on his right foot as he hobbles off. The St. Luke's trainer comes out for some assistance as they head over to the sideline. And he's made it off. So Snedden exits the game. Looks like he's favoring his right ankle after getting spun to the ground after a loss of about 3. It'll be 2nd down. Now 2nd and 13 for the Blue Devils. They're back inside their own territory now at the 49-yard line. So a new back here in the backfield. I believe that's Torgerson. No, that's number 19, Isaac Ward. Ward trying to find a spot on the field, finally does so here on the near side. 3 receivers here and a man in motion, and I believe a delay of game. Dietrich just wasn't set. And you got to wonder if this was due to the personnel change. Coach Estelle not happy down there again. It looked like Isaac Ward was just trying to figure out where he was on the field, and then one of the receivers from the far side was coming over, and they did not get the snap off in time. So move it back 5 more yards. What was a 2nd and 13 is now a 2nd and 18 here for the Blue Devils. 6:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. 7:33 local time here in Council. Here's the snap from the shotgun. Perkins under a lot of pressure, and he spins away, somehow picks up a couple of yards down to midfield. They'll say he got to the 49 of Council. And the ball came out, and Council says they've got it. And waiting on an official word from the officials, and it is Council ball. And we've got an injured player for Council. So Dietrich loses a player, and now Council. And looks like a cramp. They picked up the right leg as if it's a cramp, which is not fun, but always better than the alternative of what it could be. While he's out there, let's thank Shaw Land and Livestock. They've been family-owned and operated since 1971. Owner Hubert Shaw and the rest of the gang at Shaw L&L and Merck proudly supports Dietrich High School athletics. Good luck, Blue Devils, from everybody at Shaw. Merck. Hey, Shy Simon's Pizza in Council is the best place in town to get homemade pizza, salads, and sandwiches made fresh every day. Dine in with us, carry out for a fun night at home, or relax and enjoy our scenic outdoor seating. Walk-ins in large groups are always welcome at Shy Simon's Pizza. Come in, visit them in person at 406 Illinois Avenue or call 253-6233. Be sure to check them out on Facebook for more updates and information. Family-owned and operated and proud to support the Council Lumberjacks. 1st and 10 Lumberjacks on the turnover, and they're going to hand it off left side this time. They've got a 1st down and more inside the 40-yard line of Dietrich. And all of a sudden, a chance to tie this one up with a touchdown here for Council. As clock will run. Look like is Decker McClin is the injured player for Council. He's getting his right leg worked on over there by the trainer. So 1st down. Owen Hatfield under center. Again, 2 backs behind him. He'll hand it off the middle to Roberts. Roberts goes left side, and he had a big opening, but Dietrich able to wrap him up. That was Brody Torgerson. Torgerson, if he doesn't get his hands around the waist of Roberts, Roberts is probably off to the races there on the left side. So a big stop there for Dietrich. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. No gain on the play. 5:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Again, one of 4 games tonight. We'll have let's see, we got 22 overall, so that means 18 games tomorrow across the state, or 17 games tomorrow and 1 on Saturday. Hatfield looking to throw. Hatfield back at midfield. He'll chuck it deep. He's got a man open. It's caught. It's caught at the 5-yard line, and down inside the 5 are the Lumberjacks. And now coming up hobbling, that's Mason Roberts. Roberts catches the ball, and now he's hobbling off to the sideline. And yeah, he's screaming. I can't tell if that's excitement or frustration that he didn't score. They're going to call him down at the 5-yard line. And he's grabbing his left calf now. I thought came up hobbling, maybe got a cramp there. So 1st and goal, Lumberjacks. A chance to tie it up with 4.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Hatfield under center. He'll hand it off to Zielinski. No, he keeps it, pitches it right side to Bingham. Bingham cuts back left. Bingham, a ton of room, and this is tied. Bingham came to the right side. He cut back to the left, and he walks into the end zone. All the Dietrich players were here on the right side, and we are tied up at 28 on a 5-yard run by number 15, Dalton Bingham. And this one's tied up, 4:22 to go in the 3rd quarter. So they're going to come out and give this one a go. We've got a split formation, 3 receivers here to the right side. Hatfield in the shotgun, 4 down on the line. And the ball is dropped by Hatfield, and he rolls right, still has an opportunity, throws it, and it's knocked away. Had a chance. It was intended for number 4, Tucker Lane, and it was knocked away in the end zone. I believe that was number 19, Isaac Ward, on the deflection. The 5'7" junior knocks it away, and we are knotted at 28 with 16 minutes and 22 seconds left in this one. And someone is revving that chainsaw here at 7:30 at night. I guess when you need to cut wood, you need to cut wood. Oh, they do it for a touchdown? That's a thing? Oh, awesome. Where is the guy? Oh, so there's a log down here to the left. And do they just saw off part of the log? Oh, well, here I was teasing somebody about there. So they have a log back behind the far goalpost here to our left. And when Council scores a touchdown, they saw off a round of it, and then they auction it off. Does it benefit the school, I'm guessing? For the sports program. So, hey, that's not a tradition you see. I have never seen that before. It makes sense right there, the Lumberjacks. We're going to have to get a picture of that after the game and put it up on our IdahoSports.com social media pages. Because that's pretty nifty. So Council set to boot it away here from left to right as we are all tied up. Lumberjacks score 12 points to open up the second half to tie this one at home. Perkins picks up the kick around the 20. Perkins cuts in the middle. Perkins gets away from a couple defenders, and he's across the 40 down to the 41-yard line. Good return by Perkins, and it'll be 1st and 10, Blue Devils. They're going to actually spot it at the 40. They have been on the side of the defense on the spots tonight because I thought his body was around the 41. This goes back to the 40. I saw one play the ball clearly on a punt die on the right side of the 50-yard line, and they moved it to the other side for the play. So if you're short, you're going to be short, and they're not going to move it forward. So 1st down, Dietrich, twin receivers to either side. Here's a pass to the left. It's incomplete. It's intended for number 33, Emmett Zimmers. And it ball's incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Ball still here at the 40-yard line. 4:11 to go, so all tied here at 28. We'll have updated information as the weekend goes along. As soon as we know where teams will be next week, we'll have that up. We'll make our broadcast schedule as soon as possible. Again, we're going to try to be as many places as possible. The first 2 weeks is always hard. There are so many games all around the state, but again, we were at 22 games this weekend. Here's a run up the middle by Perkins. Perkins got a first down. Perkins, one man to beat on the right side, and he gets around him. He's off to the races. He's down at the 20, down to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Connor Perkins. 40 yards on the ground. Perkins cuts through the defense, outruns a defender on the sideline, and punches it in from 60 yards. Perkins has a 48-yard touchdown run and now a 60-yard touchdown run. That one coming at the 3:57 mark. Just 25 seconds after the Council touchdown. A 60-yard run for number 5, Connor Perkins. Two-point conversion here to come. Snedden is back in to the left. Perkins up the middle. He's walloped at the line of scrimmage. And I mean hit hard by number 45, Remington Crowell, the freshman. I mean, he was smacked. And it stays 34-28. So just like that, Dietrich answers. Both teams have been able to find a way to answer, but Dietrich, when their backs have been against the wall, they found that answer. Council at the end of the first half scored a touchdown to make it 20-16. Dietrich gets the ball at their 3-yard line to start the drive. They go on a 97-yard drive that eats up most of the remaining time in the first half and punch it in. Council comes out in the second half, opens up with 2 straight touchdowns, and Council looking like maybe the momentum back to the Lumberjacks. And Connor Perkins goes 60 yards on a quarterback keeper for a touchdown. And the lead goes back to Dietrich, 34-28. Here with 3:57 to go. Waiting for them to spot the ball. They will finally do it here. Again, be sure to check out the Ideal Idaho College Savings Program. It's a tax-deductible program, a savings account that you can use for college education programs. You can donate for you or a child or a friend or whatever. Be sure to check that out as this kickoff dies and Dietrich has it. Oh my goodness, it died at the 28-yard line and nobody from Council was anywhere near it. It was a normal kickoff. The ball went in the air. It just died. Golf coach would be happy with that as that one just chalked up and landed at the 28-yard line and Dietrich comes down and falls on it. That was a live ball on the kickoff. And the longest onside kick you'll ever see just happened right there. Again, around the 27-yard line, the ball just dies, and there was nobody over there for Council. I think they thought it was going to roll out of bounds. It looked like it might as it was angling to the right, and it was scooped up on the right side by Dietrich. And now the Blue Devils have it again, leading 34-28 inside Council territory. Here's a handoff to the left side. Nowhere to go for Zimmers, and the ball comes out. But they're going to say he was down. Turnovers have been a problem for both teams here today. That one is not a fumble. They're going to say he was down. No gain by Zimmers. As again, Dietrich just scored and kicked off. The ball was rolling out of bounds and just died on the sideline, and they come up and recover what was essentially an onside kick. Not sure if they intended it to do that, but that's exactly what happened. Twin receivers to either side here for Perkins. He'll go to the right. Pass complete and into the second level. Dietrich, a lot of room. They're going to punch it in for 6 more. Touchdown, Blue Devils. I think this, trying to get a number that's number 48. Rain Reese takes it in for a 28-yard touchdown and back-to-back scores here for the Blue Devils.
Rain Reese on the touchdown for the Blue Devils.
So 2 scores in a span of 50 seconds for the Blue Devils. have stretched the lead out to 40-28. They just led by 12. The lead evaporated quickly by Council, and now the lead back out to 12. 2-point conversion here to come. Perkins takes the snap. He'll throw across the middle. It's caught, and it's good. Dietrich has struggled with that all night. They finally convert one, this time to Norman. Chase Norman gets it in, 42-28. Dietrich on top. 3:07 to go here in the third quarter. A 28-yard catch or run. No, it was a catch, sorry. Out on the flat by number 48, Rain Reese. 42-28. Dietrich on top. What a wild third quarter this has been. We've had 4 touchdowns in the last 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Council scored at the 8:52 mark, and then they scored again at the 4:22 mark, and then at 3:57, Dietrich scores, and now 3:07. So 3 touchdowns in the last 1 minute and 15 seconds for both teams. So we have had a busy 75 seconds here. So now Dietrich will kick it away again. You got to think, looks like Council spaced out maybe a little bit further back. They're not going to let that happen twice. Dietrich saying, hey, let's try this one more time. And this kick goes sky high and bounces, and then ball is dropped. It's down on the ground. Who has it? Dietrich seems to think they do. And still waiting on it. It hit a player for Council, and I think Dietrich has it. Waiting for it. No, Council has it. Dietrich seems shocked that they don't have it, but they don't. This kick went sky high and only traveled about 15 yards down the field, and it was fumbled upon kick or upon reception, just hit the ground and rolled under the Council player there, and they end up recovering as a horde of Blue Devils came in there. And an update on the score, Teton leads Fruitland 40-14 in the third quarter over in Driggs tonight. 42-28 here from Council. 3 minutes to go exactly on the clock. Here's a keeper by Hatfield. Hatfield breaks one tackle, trying to get away from a second, and he carries the defender all the way across midfield, and Hatfield's got a first down to the 48-yard line. Broke away from one and carried another defender inside Blue Devil territory. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks as they wind down the third quarter here, 2:40 to go. This has been an entertaining game. If you like scoring and points, you picked the right game to tune into. As this third quarter has taken just as long as almost the whole first half. It's 7:50 local time. They rush to the line. No one back there with Hatfield. Actually, Zielinski is. Zielinski gets the hands off right side. Zielinski, he's across the 40 and spun out of bounds. I believe he's right at the sticks down to the 38-yard line. I think he's got the first down. He does. Yep, first down. We're waiting for the official mark, and they do get a first down. So Zielinski, he was a player of the game when we did the Council versus Garden Valley game a couple weeks ago up in Garden Valley. We haven't seen much from him in this one, and he picks up a first down on the ground right there. Clock at 2:10 to go. They'll come out with a split I formation. Roberts to the right and Zielinski deep back. Hatfield rolls left under pressure, and he's going to be sacked. They're going to blow the play dead. Hatfield, I think, wishes they wouldn't have. He wanted to try to get out of it, but he was going down in the backfield. That was number 22, Jason Hollibaugh back there for Dietrich on the sack. And it's going to be second down. They lose about 8 yards on this. We'll call it 2nd and 18 here for Dietrich. Second down. Clock rolling here, 1.5 minutes to go. Zelensky splits out right here at receiver, and Roberts back there to the left of Hatfield. Hatfield looking to throw. He comes over to the near side to Zelensky. Passes just out of his reach, incomplete. And it's going to be 3rd and long now. 3rd and 18, 1:18 on the clock here in the third quarter from Council. Dietrich comes on the road here as the third-place team from District 4 behind Camas County and Hagerman. Hatfield gets the snap in the shotgun, looking to throw left side. He's going to go deep. This one is over the head, intended for number 11, Decker McClin. It was into double coverage anyway. Honestly, the best one back there to make the catch would have been on the defense. Connor Perkins, the quarterback, was in a better position to catch that ball, and it falls incomplete. 1:13 to go. And Dietrich, a lot was said, and it was me. I talked about this on a couple of different Idaho Sports Prepcasts that Council might have been the second best team in the state, and they have one of the toughest draws where if they were to win this game, they'd go up and play Kendrick in what could be, honestly, if you look at it on paper, what could have been said as a state championship game between the number 1 and number 2 team in the state, which sadly happens in the quarterfinals. But Dietrich said, wait a second, why is anybody talking about us here? As Council takes too much time on that huddle, and they got to call a timeout with 1:13 to go in the third. So Dietrich must have heard what I said and took it personally and said, why don't you're not even thinking about us here? And 13 left to go in the third, so just over 13 minutes left in this game overall. Dyson Construction, they're a proud supporter of Council Athletics and want to wish the Lumberjacks good luck here in today's game. Also, Extreme Excavation in Shoshone offers all kinds of services for public works and private construction needs, from demolition and grading to underground utilities and complex septic systems. Extreme Excavation has a trusted reputation for meeting and completing tough and unique projects. They offer free estimates within a 100-mile radius, and you can get yours by calling them at 544-ROCK or go to extremeexcavationinc.com. So here we go out of the timeout. Council, a critical play here. This is 4th down. They are coming out in formation to go for it. 4th down. No one back in the backfield with Hatfield. He's going to look left. He throws right deep, and this one's going to go over the head, and a flag comes out. A flag's going to come out. They're going to say there was some contact downfield, maybe a hold on the defense or a pass interference. Here's the thing. It's 4th and about 18. They cannot pick up a first down. It's not an automatic first down in high school football. So if this is pass interference, it'll move up 15 yards and still be 4th down. Let's see the call.
Defensive pass interference. Number 48 defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Still be 4th down.
Yeah, so it'll still be 4th down. It's going to be 4th and about 5 here. So it was more like 4th and 20 on that last play. So now it's 4th and 5. Again, not an automatic first down in high school football like it is in college and the pros. So they will get another shot at it, but a very 4th and manageable instead of 4th and 20. So they'll come to the line. Again, no one back in the backfield with Hatfield. Everybody to the right side. Hatfield looking to throw. He's got time, throws it deep, right side, and it's caught by Zelensky. First down. Zelensky brings it in, his biggest play of the game. He's got it at the 14-yard line, and Council has a first down. So what might have been a game ender for Dietrich on that 4th down stop turns into a first down on the penalty and ensuing completion on 4th and 5. And just like that, Council now knocking on the door. 1st and 10, ball on the 14-yard line for the Lumberjacks. They quickly come up to the line. Hatfield shotgun. Left side is Roberts. Zelensky up top. Hatfield keeps it. He pitches it out. The ball is down. It's still down and finally picked up by Hatfield in the backfield. And here comes a block in the back. Hatfield's going to score, but a block in the back. And so there was a fumble. And Hatfield picked it up. This is the second time now that Council's going to score on a fumble that is picked up by another player and returned for a touchdown, but they're going to get called back by a penalty. You don't see that happen often in a game, but to have it see it twice is very rare. And so this not only a block in the back, this was a blindside block, 15 yards from the spot of the foul. This happened about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So this is going to come back deep. The ball is at the 32-yard line. It is first down, and they need the 4-yard line. So it's about first and 28 here. First and 28 on the blindside block. So they're going to say it happened about 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage and add 15 yards on. So Hatfield in the shotgun takes the snap. Looking, he goes on a screen pass, and that's a dangerous throw. It's actually going to lose a yard, as already on the ground was the receiver. Mason Roberts was already on his knees, and he loses. They're going to say 2 yards back to the 30. This is at the 34-yard line. And this is probably going to do it for the third quarter. Clock is at 4, 3, 2, 1, and that will. So the end of 3, it's 42-28, and it's 2nd and 30 coming up for Council. We'll take a quick break, and be back with the fourth and final quarter of play right here on IdahoSports.com.
Idaho isn't your average state, and we are not your average people. We're not afraid to jump feet first, and we see the world a little differently. We know the importance of slowing down and the value of catching up. When we're not busy getting lost, we're looking out for one another. Our whitewater is aggressive, but our driving is not. We know all about taking chances, but we also know our limits. We drive safely because we care. It's who we are.
And welcome back, everybody. As we begin the fourth quarter, Dietrich leads at 42-28. Council is facing a 2nd and 30. Again, they converted on a 4th and 5. Well, it was 4th and 18. There was a pass. It was 4th and 20. There was a pass interference on the play, and then it was 4th and 5 on the reset. They pick up the first down, and a fumble on the first play compounded with a blindside block moves it back, and then a loss. And on the next play, on that first down play after the penalty, has it 2nd and 30. Hatfield again in the shotgun. He's got Roberts to his right, Zielinski to his left, everybody else on the line. Drifting back is Hatfield in the pocket. He throws deep right side. He's got a man open and out of the hands. Should have had that catch down there. He'll look back and want that one again. It's incomplete. Trying to get a number. I believe that's number 4, Tucker Lane. That was the intended receiver. He had it in one-on-one coverage down there with Perkins on him, and Perkins hobbling around a little slow right now after that play. Trying to shake it out of his legs, you can see, as the deep man. Now it's 3rd and 30. The ball is at the 34-yard line. They need to get it to the 4. It's almost 4th and goal if you look at it like that, because they're going to go for it no matter what, I would assume, down here. So 3rd and 30 here for the Lumberjacks. Same formation. Roberts to the right, Zielinski to the left, everybody in tight. Hatfield looking to throw. Hatfield rolls left under pressure, and there's going to be a flag here. It's caught, and spinning free, still on his feet, is number 4, Tucker Lane. He picks up about 10 yards, but I think we're going to get a hold here. And if I'm Dietrich, I'd take this and bump them back even further. It would be 4th down, and this is tough, though, because it's going to be 4th and about 20. So do you do 3rd and 40 or 4th and 20? They're going to take it back. It's going to be 3rd and 40. Everybody's got that play in their playbook. So it's about 3rd and 40 here for Council. Ball is at the 44-yard line. They need the 4. If you are Dietrich, all you say here, do not commit a personal foul and give one to Council. If you're Council, try to get the edge. Here we go. Hatfield drifting back. Hatfield looking to throw deep. It's going to go over the head and incomplete. Perkins was back there, dove to make the interception, couldn't. And 4th and 40. And I would assume you're going to see a punt here from Council. I know that they need the score. They're down 14 with 11:19 to go. But on 4th and 40, that's going to be a tough thing to accomplish. And if you punt it here, maybe you pin Dietrich back, you get a quick stop, and you're in business. And they're going to eat up as much time as they can discussing that. They need to hurry up. We've seen a couple of delay of games on both teams, and Council taking their time right here. The official has his arm up for 10 seconds. They got to hurry. 5, 4, still not snapped. 3, 2, 1, and there it's going to come. There it is. And that's a delay of game. It's going to go back 5 more yards. And this makes it 4th and 45. I'd be shocked if they go for it now. Well, I guess what's the difference between 40 and 45, huh? If you're at that point, you're probably scoring if you're getting 40 yards. So just barely across midfield right now is the ball for the Lumberjacks, and they are going to punt. And some personnel changes here. And that they might have too many guys out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, they got 8 now. So Lumberjacks will punt it away. And they're going to fake it. They're going to throw it. No, they're going to keep it with Roberts. Roberts chucks it downfield. It's incomplete. It's incomplete, and Dietrich's got to say, that's fine with us, because now Dietrich's going to take over at midfield. And that throw didn't even make it to the 20-yard line, and Dietrich kind of just backed away. The throw was drifting towards out of bounds there on the far side, the sideline. And even if they were able to come up with a catch, they go out of bounds, and they're short by 15 or so yards. And Dietrich would have just said, hey, you know what, catch that and roll out of bounds. It goes incomplete, and Dietrich has a chance to really add a nail in the coffin right now, up 14 with 11:10 to go. Perkins under center. Perkins hands it off. And this one is taken by number 33, Zimmers. And Zimmers doesn't pick up anything up the middle. And right now, Dietrich in clock burning mode. They love to eat up as much clock as they can. Update in the Magic Valley. Kimberly leads Gooding 31-0 at halftime in that one. 10:30 on the clock. Clock rolling. Dietrich going to eat up as much time, and here they are. They are standing watching the official. He's got his hand up for the 5-second or the 10-second. Now 5. They'll snap it there. Rolls left as Perkins. Perkins cuts back in. Perkins leaps over a defender and trips up. And a flag comes out here. And Perkins is grabbing his leg. I'm curious what the call is here. Perkins leaped over Zielinski. Or excuse me, no, it's number 13. It's McMichael. No flag. I was wondering what on earth the flag was for. It was Zielinski. Zielinski went for the tackle and fell down and was just reaching up for Perkins, and not a good sight if you are Dietrich right now. Perkins now no pressure on his left foot. He's hobbling off. And a new quarterback is going to have to come in here for Dietrich. We'll see who the new man is. Oh, they were going to call a hurdling call on Perkins for jumping over. Now you usually see that call on the line of scrimmage, like on an extra point and a timeout. Dietrich's going to call a timeout. I think they need to figure out what to do with Perkins out. But usually you see that penalty, somebody jumping over the line of scrimmage but not leaping over a player. in the middle of the open field. But Zielinski was going down. Perkins was just trying to hurdle over him. And Perkins, I think they called a timeout. I think he wants to go back in. And we're going to see if he gets to. He's coming back over to the huddle. He wants to come back in. He does not want to come out of this game, as Dietrich is right now in control, which would be a big upset in game number 1 of the 1A Division II state tournament. Both teams in the huddle trying to figure out what to do next. Let's go ahead and once again thank our sponsors, Shaw Land and Livestock and Merck, Extreme Excavation, Donnelly Farms, Ryan Robertson Farms. And for Council, Farmer Supply Co-op, Shy Simon's Pizza, as well as Dyson Construction. Again, you're listening to this game live and free right here on IdahoSports.com. Producing it is not, takes money to get out here, get all the equipment set up, all this stuff, and all that goes into it behind the scenes. So we appreciate the local sponsors helping you watch this game or listen to this game at home or wherever you may be. So it's going to be third down, 3rd and inches. And now they're going to measure it. So they're going to come out and measure it. And I don't know if Perkins is back out there right now. I don't think so. This might be a play if you're Dietrich, say, you know what, let's just punch this one up the gut. They're going to come out and measure. And they're taking their precious time coming across here. Usually you see them run out there and hurry up. Let's see where this one is. If this one is, that is pretty clearly a first down. Took a lot of time to point that ball was clearly across the line. You could see it from up here. So first down for Dietrich. So a fresh set of downs for the Blue Devils. 10-16 on the clock here in the 4th quarter. As the Blue Devils are looking to move on to the second round. The winner of this game, of course, will play Kendrick up north. Sometimes that location is not at Kendrick. It'll be at Lewiston or maybe at the Kibbe Dome. So stay tuned for a location next week, whichever team comes out. Council might be down 2 scores, but that can change in the blink of an eye in this game. And they will keep it on the ground and just plow it up the middle quickly and pick up 2 yards. That was Emmett Zimmers. Picks up 2. Perkins still on the sideline. Might see some very conservative play calling here. Nope, here comes Perkins as out hops somebody for Dietrich. Trying to get a number. That's what I thought it was 12. I don't have a 12 on my roster. So second down, a lot of clock running here. We are at 9:40, clock still rolling. Perkins in the shotgun. Perkins gets the snap. He'll hand it off to Snedden. Snedden goes left side and maybe gets a yard, if that. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 8. Maybe it's 8. 3rd and long 8 here. 9:20 and counting. Murtaugh leads Lighthouse Christian 40-14 at halftime. So the Red Devils well on their way over in the Magic Valley. So 3rd down here, we'll see what the Blue Devils do. Perkins under center, 2 backs behind him. Perkins fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, looking to throw. He's got a man, and he doesn't take it. He rolls and runs, and he picks up about 4. So it's going to be 4th down, 4th and a long 3. He had Norman open here on the right side, decides not to take it. And maybe that's the smart play. Don't throw it. Don't risk the incompletion. Just keep it on the ground, make it a 4th and manageable, and eat up some clock at the same time. 8.5 minutes to go. Here from Council, 42-28. Dietrich on top. This would be one of the bigger upsets if it were to stand that we could see all tournament long. Perkins waits the snap, and Council jumps. Council jumps off sides, and that's a 1st down. That is a extremely tough way, if you're a Council fan, to give up the 1st down. That's a fresh set of downs, and more importantly, probably at least another 2.5 minutes off the clock. 8:08 to go, and the clock will start running here. Dietrich going to eat up as much clock as possible. Ball is right on the 30-yard line. Shotgun for Perkins, Snedden to his left. Twin receivers up top. Council showing a little bit of blitz here. They come, they bring pressure. Perkins keeps it up the middle, and he picks up maybe 2. Just kind of sits down, a 2-yard pickup. It's going to be 2nd and 8, 7:35 to go. Had some huge swings in this game where when one team comes out with a couple big plays, the other answers right back. And Dietrich scored 2 touchdowns in they scored 3 touchdowns in about 2.5 minutes to take this lead they've got now. Perkins still taking his time, finally snaps it. Snedden, tons of room on the left side. He's going to have the first down, and he gets it and some, picks up about 10 yards on that run. He needed 8, got 10, and it's a first down, 6:58 and counting. Dietrich, again, they scored at the 3:57 mark of the third quarter. Then on the kickoff, the ball started rolling towards the sideline, and nobody from Council picked it up. Dietrich comes screaming down, picks it up, and they score a couple of plays later. A 28-yard catch made it the score we're at now, 42-28. Clock rolling now, 6.5 minutes to go. Ball's at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 Dietrich. And knocked in the backfield. Great defense, blowing it up through. Who was that back there? Number 79, that's Jackson Thomas, who blew through the line. And Dietrich loses about 5 yards on this play. It's going to be 2nd and 15. It was a run, so the clock will continue to run. We are now 6 minutes exactly on the clock as Dietrich is in eat-up clock mode right now. Perkins in the shotgun on this one. No one with him. He's got twin receivers to either side, bunched on the line, though, in the middle. He'll throw it deep across on the left side, up and intercepted. What a huge play, and that's, I believe, Zelensky who's got the pick.
Interception for the Lumberjacks.
It is. It's picked off at the 3-yard line, and that's one where you wonder, what are you doing there? If you're Dietrich, you've got the lead, you've got the ball, and you're inside the red zone, and you could eat another 2 minutes off the clock. They decide to go for the home run, and now all of a sudden, Council has the ball with 5.5 minutes to go. They are deep in their own zone. The ball is at the 4-yard line. So Zelensky, a huge interception.
Council takes over on their own 4-yard line.
So the Lumberjacks have 96 yards in front of them to go. Hatfield under center in the I formation to our right. There's the handoff to Zelensky. Zelensky through the line and picks up a few. And we've got 2 players going at it here on the near side. They're going to let it go. If it was going to be anything, it'd probably be offsetting. But clock running, Council doesn't have time to just lollygag to the line. 5:15, clock rolling. Somebody's got to tie their shoes. Owen Hatfield's coming over here for the call. And clock continues to roll. It's got to be no huddle right now for Council. You got to go, go, go. You need 2 scores in 5 minutes. And you've got 95 yards in front of you. It's second and about 8 from the 5. So they're still taking their time. They have got to go. I formation again. They'll hand off. No, Hatfield keeps it. He throws deep right side. It's caught. Huge catch down the sideline for Roberts. Roberts still on his feet, and he's brought down across the 20 to the 23-yard line. That's exactly what Council needed, a huge play. They've got to hurry up, though. Clock at 4:38. The clock is stopped while they set the chains, and there we go. Clock begins to run. 4.5 minutes to go, and they're huddling. If they got to go, there's not much time to play with here. 4:25 to go, and this looks like a shotgun again. Zelensky to the right of Hatfield. Hatfield drifting back under pressure, throws it, and he's got a man one-handed, and he drops it. And this is probably, I think, there's going to be a roughing the passer here. two different Blue Devils converged on Hatfield in the backfield. It's either a hold or roughing the passer. It was right there at where Hatfield threw the ball, and he was swallowed in the backfield as he got rid of it. And it was intended here for Lane, and Lane got a hand on it and could not bring it in. And Council is going back. So that's going to be a hold on Council. So the ball, and they wondered, there was a lot of pressure from Dietrich, and Council had to do all they could to stop the sack. 4:15 on the clock. Now it is 1st and long, 1st and 20. Hatfield going to throw it deep across the middle. It is incomplete. Intended for number 2, Garrison Zielinski, around the 40-yard line. It's incomplete. 4:10 to go. The ref's still mic'd up right now. He needs to turn off his mic. You guys want this? All mic'd up. It's like on ESPN or something like that, where they're all mic'd. He just he just realized it and was like, oh crap. All right, so it's 2nd down, 2nd and 20. 3 receivers on the right side for Hatfield. He's going to roll to the right side and look to throw it deep. Goes, and it falls incomplete. Drops right in between the 2 receivers it was intended for. He was looking for Lane or Zielinski, and it falls right in between the 2. It's going to be 3rd down, 3rd and 20. 3rd and 20, 4:04 to go. 42-28, Dietrich on top, as the Blue Devils have come on the road and made a statement so far in this one. Again, the winner gets the pleasure of playing Kendrick next week, which no one has been able to get past for 3 years, as the Tigers are truly in the midst of a dynasty here at the 1A Division II level. There's multiple teams across the state right now in the midst of dynasties. Here's a throw by Hatfield. It's intercepted. It's intercepted right at the 20-yard line by number 3 for Dietrich, Chase Norman. Norman, a huge interception. It was thrown behind the receiver, Zielinski, and it's going to be 1st and 10. Dietrich with 3:58 to go. They get the ball back almost the exact spot they had it, and if the Blue Devils can pick up 1 first down here, that might be it. Council's used at least 1 timeout, so they either have 2 or 1 left. I'm sure they'll use one on one of these plays here. So it's going to be 1st down, 1st and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. Perkins lines up under center. Gets the snap, and he just slowly plows forward, and he gets no yards, just trying to eat some clock. So no gain on the play. Clock will run down here.
Run up the middle. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Dietrich again coming up with turnovers or takeaways when they need to. They've got 3 fumble recoveries, a big stop on a fake punt, and then they actually faked 2 punts, Council did. And the last one didn't lead to a score, but they ate up a lot of time off the clock in going down the field, and now an interception right there. Clock rolling down to 3:20 to go. Perkins lines up under center again. He's got 2 backs behind him. He'll pitch it left side. The pitch to Zimmers. Zimmers, he's got a lot of room. Zimmers is going to go to the goal line. Dives in. Is he in? No. Very adamantly, the FAR official points to the ground about the 1-inch yard line. And that would have been a nail in the coffin. But down to the 1-yard line, Dietrich will have it 1st and goal with 3:05 to go. Wow. The Blue Devils have come on the road and shocked top 5 Council. It's not over, but I guess I should say are currently shocking a top 5 team in Council. And this is a Dietrich team that got beat very handily early in the season by Garden Valley, a Garden Valley team that Council beat very handily just a couple of weeks ago, and sometimes that's just the way it goes. Here's the handoff, the pitch to the right side. Dietrich, can they get the edge? They do. Touchdown. Wyatt Snedden takes it in from 1 yard out, and that might be the exclamation point on this one. 48-28 with 2:29 to go. That's the first score of the first quarter. And Dietrich will go for 2 here. They're going to send 2 receivers to the left, 1 out here to the right, and Snedden to the right of Perkins. Perkins fakes the throw and goes up the middle on a draw and punches it in for 2 more. 50-28, Dietrich on top.
2:29 left in the game. Council trails 50-28.
Dietrich leads it by 22 on the road, and unless a miraculous comeback can occur, are going to come in and have a massive upset in the first game of the high school football playoffs in the state of Idaho. There were 2 games. This game and another one kicked off at 6, so we're going to say this was the first. We kicked off a little before 6, so I bet we kicked off before them. And right now, Council, a phenomenal season, is potentially going to come to an end here on their home field. Just turnovers were the name of the game. 3 fumbles turned into touchdowns for Dietrich, and then that interception. So 4 turnovers turned into points for the Dietrich defense. And you look at that right now. This is a 22-point game. That's 3 touchdowns right there. I mean, that's it. I mean, turnovers really cost Council, and you look and the score could be flipped if those turnovers don't occur, but they do. I mean, I look back. There's again, we talked about it in the first quarter as this kickoff coming is going to be a short kick. It's caught at about the 38, and this ball comes out, but he was down. It was fumbled by number 4 for Council, Tucker Lane, but he was down. The ground caused that fumble. But again, back at the beginning of the first quarter, Dietrich went 3 and Council scored. Dietrich went 3 and out. Council got the ball back. On that first play from scrimmage, there was a pitch play to Mason Roberts. He fumbled the ball, picks the ball back up, and runs. He was over here on the near side, runs all the way to the far side of the field, and over there a block in the back occurs a little, 5 or 7 yards away from the actual ball carrier. And I don't know if it was necessary. Roberts ends up scoring on the play, and that would have been a 2-touchdown lead for Council. It comes back, the next play they fumble, and just you look back and say what could have been on that play for the Lumberjacks. 1st and 10, Hatfield throws it across the middle, and it's knocked away, and a flag comes out. That is the biggest flag I've seen an official have. And it's back around the area and of the quarterback Hatfield, and I wonder if this is a hold because Torgerson is trying to fix his jersey. It is a hold. Usually you see a defender have their jersey all out of whack. Usually somebody was grabbing and pulling on it. So this is going to come back 10 more yards as Council just made too many mistakes tonight. And Dietrich, again, barring a comeback, 2:20 to go, is going to come away with a huge win. 1st and 20, Hatfield looking to throw. He looks right side, pump fakes. He throws it. It's caught by Zielinski. Zielinski makes one man miss. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Still on his feet. He's across, got a 1st down and out of bounds. That's where it starts. It's a 22-point game. You need 3 touchdowns here if you're Council. And we have seen crazier things happen. Last week up north, Clark Fork was down by 20 with 6 minutes to play and came back to win that game. So you never say never. If one team can do it, another can too. 2:10 to go. Clock stopped since he went out of bounds. So if you're Council, that was the perfect play. Get a 1st down and get out of bounds. Hatfield will be in the shotgun. Roberts to his left. Twin receivers here to the left side. He'll throw left. That one a little too high, intended for Decker McClin, incomplete. 2:05 to go.
McClin, the intended receiver from Hatfield. 2nd and 10.
Council taking their time getting up here to the line. Again, this is a Dietrich team that gave up 88 points last week to Camas County. Got absolutely hammered by the Mushers. And here they are on the road putting up 50 and holding Council to 28. Hatfield turns around on a screen and he's got Roberts open. Roberts might go in and score here. Roberts going to go down the sideline. He does. A touchdown quickly for Council, and that's exactly what you needed. 1:56 to go, and all it takes is a couple of plays. So this is going to be a 45-yard touchdown, and a flag is down. A flag is down around the first down marker, around the spot where the blockers were for Council. And it is a hold. So it's a hold on Council, so the ball is going to come back. And then that is the third touchdown Council has scored today that has been called back due to a penalty. 3 touchdowns called back. And it's another area to look back on if you're Council and just say, man, right there, just mistakes. So 2nd and 10, since the penalty occurred 10 yards downfield. This time, everybody bunched it on the line, shotgun for Hatfield. He drifts back, sets up similar screen play, and it's caught, and the ball comes out, but that's a weird play. It was completed to Decker McClin, and McClin goes out of bounds. He, leaped in the air over there, and the ball, I didn't know if he was down or not. The ball comes out and lands in play. Dietrich falls on it, but they say he was out of bounds. 1:49 to go. It's going to be 3rd and about 6 here for Council. Ball is at the 31-yard line. They need the 30 for a first, or they need the 25 for a first down. Hatfield comes over from the sideline with the call. Again, just 1:49 to go, and again, another touchdown just wiped off the board from the Lumberjacks on a penalty. Hatfield moves the back, Roberts to his left, drifting back, and Roberts is hit as soon as the pass is thrown. It's incomplete. It'll be 4th down now. And Dietrich was swarming it, thinking it was theirs, but that was clearly a forward pass, so it was not live. It was behind the line of scrimmage, but it was a forward pass. 1:45 to go, 50-28, Dietrich on top. The Blue Devils lead it by 22, a chance, again, for a massive upset here on IdahoSports.com on opening night. Teton defeats Fruitland 47-14. Council coming back out now. Left side, 3 receivers here for Hatfield. Hatfield drifting. He throws deep. He's got Zielinski in the end zone, overthrown, and that was 4th down, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. That's a turnover on down.
So Dietrich will take over, and the Blue Devils, barring a turnover, can essentially run out the clock here with 1:39 to go. And it's a tough way for the season to end for Council, as some emotions can be seen on the sideline right now by some players knowing that this is it. Especially for the seniors, that this is it. This is the final 1 minute and 39 seconds of your high school football career. It's always a tough pill to swallow sometimes. Not sometimes, it is just a tough pill to swallow. So 1st down, Dietrich going to take over. We'll see if they can keep the ball in their hands. They're going to hand it off right side, room to run up the middle for Zimmers, and he picks up about 8 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 2. Quick timeout, or no, Council will not use their timeouts, and Dietrich's going to be able to run out the clock here. 1:20 to go, and the Blue Devils are going to come away with a massive upset. This is the third-place team out of District 4. Now they use the timeout. So Council will use the timeout again. This is the third-place team out of District 4. Hagerman finished second, and they host Mackey in a first-round game tomorrow. And, of course, Camas County won the district. Dietrich third place. Again, we just talked about it. Dietrich, early in the season, they lost to Garden Valley by 125 on the clock. So they're going to say Council called that timeout immediately. But if we look back at the schedule for Dietrich, Dietrich opened the season against Garden Valley and lost 37-14. They lost pretty handily to the Wolverines, and I was there a couple weeks ago when Council beat down on Garden Valley 50-7. The Blue Devils' other losses included a 34-6 loss to Hagerman, and then last week 88-18 against Camas County. But they come here on the road with a huge win, and here's a run on second down, and they're going to lose about 2 yards, and Council's going to use their final timeout, and a flag comes out late here. The flag comes out well after the play. Let's see if the personal foul against Council. So that will do it. Personal foul against Council is going to be an automatic first down for the Blue Devils. And, yeah, waiting for the official call here. Okay, so the timeout does not come off the board. So Council still has one timeout. The clock stopped because of the penalty. And I guess that's the way to do it. Just commit a personal foul, stop the clock. Save yourself a timeout. And they're just going to take a knee on that one. And let's see if Council uses the timeout. I don't think they will. It's not really going to make too much of a difference. As there's now 1 minute on the clock. Dietrich can run it down to about 35 seconds and snap it one more time. And the Blue Devils are going to come away again with a huge upset here on week 1 of the Idaho High School State Football playoffs. 45 seconds to go now. As the clock is behind the play. So the Dietrich players turning around, taking a look, and a knee is taken, and I think that will do it. That'll do it. The play clock is longer than the game clock. The Blue Devils come on the road and upset Council, a top 5 team in the state, a team that I thought had a chance to make a run here in the tournament, and it will be no more for the Lumberjacks. Huge win by the Blue Devils. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the IdahoSports.com player of the game right after this.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles, stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
welcome back here. All that's left to do for us is to name our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Again, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Easy choice here tonight. Number 5, Connor Perkins, the sophomore for Dietrich, is going to get that award. He had 3 touchdown passes through the air and had 2 on the ground. His touchdowns on the ground alone equated for over 100 yards, a 60-yard touchdown run and a 48-yard touchdown run. That alone, 108 yards on 2 rushes for 2 touchdowns to go along with those 3 passing scores for the sophomore. Congratulations, Dietrich gets the job done here on the road against a top 5 team in Council. They move on to play the juggernaut that is the Kendrick Tigers next week up north. Date and time, location to be announced later. Be sure to check back to IdahoSports.com. All throughout the weekend, we'll have information on that, when it'll be, where it'll be, and we're going to try to be there. What makes it nice is if they play those at the Kibbe Dome, then we can all hit everything that's up there. So just be sure to check that out. Again, our player of the game, once again, number 5, Connor Perkins. Phenomenal effort for him in this one. Wow, what a game we had here on opening night of the state football tournament. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2023 Idaho High School Football Playoffs, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department and Ideal, Idaho's college saving program. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valley-Wide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, Your Health Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Special thanks to everybody here at Council, Paula Tucker, and everybody else here for helping us get this game broadcast to you or wherever you may be. Congrats again to Connor Perkins, our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Thanks for joining us as Dietrich knocks off Council 50-28 on the road to move on to the next round in the state tournament. Well, what a fun game. I'm Logan Green. Thanks for joining me here tonight. We'll see you guys next week wherever you may be.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your Ideal College Savings Program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you.
College costs money.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com